Well, yeah, no, thank you all for coming again. It's been a fun process building characters and putting them in the Strahd world of Barovia. Again, because of all the Strahd that's been happening lately, the release of the books coming up in June, and if you look on YouTube and you type it in, and there's like so many live plays, including one that came out from D&D themselves, the WotC, the crew. We're doing ours as a special take. Strahd Origins. It's basically 300 years prior to what the famous Curse of Strahd campaign runs. So you're starting to see the cracks form in the Empire, and it would make it so. I know a lot of you have not played Curse of Strahd, but those that have, do not expect the lore that you've read on your wikis and the actual curses. Do not expect any of that. Because, first things first, one thing that is special about it is we're playing in an empire that's connected. Lots of the time, domains of dread are separated or they've joined and patchworked different times of the timeline. Here, we're playing it as it's all an empire and all connected to begin with and attached with different roads and paths and rivers and mountains. So that is already a change to the world of the 351 Barovia. So again, when coming in for player knowledge and meta, I'll go over that and kind of give you guys a briefing. But don't expect like a silver weapon to hurt a werewolf. We're switching it up, kind of thing. You're going to the root source, the prime alpha of the progenitors, the weakling werewolves that you get in the year 7. They're just like miniature versions. The ones you get here are the ones that never miss a day at the gym. Okay, we got that.
So the werewolf bros got it.
Yeah, werewolf bros.
Okay, found it.
Werewolf rat.
So we're calling it Strahd Origins, and we're bringing it back. But it's a bit of a history to this. Would be in the year 320 BC, the domain of King Baroth VI fell to the Turks. They're a zealous horde out of the Drabuja coast. That's what would later become the Nightmare Lands. So clicking over there. They came from the most eastern reaches, and the horde was led by Durukan the Unstoppable. And they were no mere raiders. So the lands over here, here's your Barovia. Here is the eastern part, Nova Vasa. And then the raiders were from the up top here, Nightmare Lands. They came as conquerors, settlers, and fanatics beneath the banner of a cruel god they named Zagaz. They carved their will into the land with iron, fire, and sacrilege. They raised villages upon stolen soil, planted the worship of their horned god in the valley's heart, and fought with such ferocity the survivors would later swear they fought like devils and witches. The ancient line of von Zarovich was nearly broken, driven back and forced to watch its homeland endure nearly 3 decades of foreign rule and a brutal war. That war would be waged in the name of King, but fought and led by his eldest sons, Strahd and Sturm. Strahd's the prince who would unite the great houses. The legend of Strahd rose swiftly in those bitter years. His ascent was as meteoric as it was unsettling. He possessed the rarest and most dangerous gift of kings, the power to make lords kneel willingly and ladies believe in glory even as the realm around them bled. In 321, while still a young warlord, Strahd began leading his allied hosts alongside the armies of Orca. allies went up against any who opposed them, and right now they were fighting two different fronts. What followed was not a single campaign, but a generational war, long, merciless, and all-consuming. Year after year, Strahd honed himself upon the battlefield until he became less a prince and more a weapon. The border shifted as he reclaimed land with discipline, fear, and relentless force, leading from the front in battle after battle, his name spreading across the realm like both prayer and threat. Shortly before the final victory in 346 BC, he inherited his father's throne when his father died in exile, far from his lands and far from his two eldest sons still fighting a war in his name. Strahd led that war. Sturm managed the industry behind it. In 347, granted the title of Princeps, the king in waiting, Strahd achieved what none before him could. He drove out the last of the Turks, reclaimed the valley, and took the entirety of the eastern coast for his own. Through his father never lived to see his homeland restored, Strahd had returned the land to his people, and taught the realm that the House of von Zarovich had not forgotten how to wage war. Upon the bones of the occupier's grandest temple, Strahd raised an enormous castle and named it Ravenloft in honor of his mother, Queen Ravinia. Completed in the year 350 BC, it stood as a monument to triumph, legacy, and dominion. By then, the great conqueror had become ruler not only of Barovia, but of the Southlands as well. His domain stretched across Taslan, Carticus, Forlorn, and many others, and the reclaimed valley of Barovia was his kingdom. The lords of these other lands bent the knee and offered him fealty, and in return, he promised them what they desired most: power. And so Strahd ruled not with peace, but with certainty. Not with mercy, but with order written in blood. Kingdoms won by the sword are not always kept by honor. And Strahd had little use for either weakness or forgiveness. His enemies were crushed. His banners flew over valleys, forests, and coasts. His name was spoken with awe, fear, loyalty. To many, he was the savior king who had restored his birthright and brought the fractured lands to heal. To a silent few, he was only another von Zarovich tyrant. Victory did not bring Strahd peace. It came at a terrible price. Not just for him, but for every land bent beneath his march. Slowly, the forests twist. The gray days grow shorter. Churches have emptied, their old altars abandoned, while new and darker devotions begin to rise in their place. Villages thinned as people disappeared with unsetting regularity. Mists gathered where no river ran. Wolves were heard at all hours, hunting close to torchlight and stone. Houses that opposed Strahd were first shunned, then broken. And when any lord, priest, or sworn sword dared raise true resistance, Strahd's armies came swiftly to their gates. So, something has changed in Barovia. The war is almost over, yet unease coils through the land like winter fog. Dread spreads across the domains. Courtly celebrations mask old wounds, and lords and ladies of the great houses make claims and take sides, all in silken halls and candlelit chambers. Old faith trembles beneath the weight of new ambition. Whispers travel through chapels, feast halls, and torchlit corridors. Behind the splendor of Strahd's reign lies the growing sense that victory has cost more than anyone yet understands. And now, at the height of his power, with the realm watching and the houses gathered, beneath his banners, Strahd prepares to wed. It is a political union that will unite the entirety of the realm. That is where we begin. Welcome to the domain of Strahd von Zarovich.
Ah! Anxiety!
So, a bit of meta knowledge that you guys would kind of know coming into this as either Ordo agents or veterans or actually very skilled and just in the name of Jinx, pretty good at what you do. But yeah, a bit of meta knowledge was we're not on a mission that have luxury of certainty like most Ordo missions do in the multiverse. Barovia and the domains beyond it have long been outside the Ordo's dependable records. Much of it is known comes to us in fragments, testimonials, superstition, contradictory field notes. It's the kind of stories most scholars would dismiss until they are standing like knee deep in the proof of them, because some of them are really outlandish, walking plants. Like, come on. But what we do know is that your magic may be altered in these lands. Teleportation magics are, as far as we know, not working. Your small little misty steps and stuff like that, not so bad. But long distance travel, like no agent's been getting in or out. This moon appears to matter here. We do not know yet whether it governs people's behaviors, influences the land itself, or serves as some ritual or symbolic anchor. But there's a lot of horrors rooted in the cycles of the moon. There and again, repeated accounts of corpses being drained, packs of man wolves. But enough accounts repeat its importance that we're treating it as a serious operational factor. The moon. That's what we're talking about. Watch it. Mark its phases. Record what changes beneath its light. On that note, we're going to just quickly go to the calendar.
Ooh.
Oh, we have a calendar. I just opened something for me to make a note myself.
No, we do have a calendar. You guys can move it around, but right now we're on Mata Deset. That would be kind of like the May 10th. So the Maid Moon. And over here.
Awesome.
And in honor of it being May 10th, the day we set, I figure May long weekend's a good time for people to get married. So Strahd, in a year's time, on May long weekend, is going to get married. But there's 13 months and 28 days on a moon cycle, and that's how they do their moon months. So like before the Gregorian calendar cut out a month, it's kind of like, and spread the wealth to the other 12. This is kind of the calendar that was used.
Okay, cool.
Is a week in this world a 10-day or 7?
It is. So, yeah. I do have a spreadsheet. I knew you'd ask. Barovian calendar, the year we're starting on with 351 is the December 1st. So it is a 10-day. And then how it marks is this would be the first of, and yeah. I do have a spreadsheet like you don't have to go too hard on that as long as you're following the moon.
And then
I'm not planning on going as in depth as I have to in others.
That's different. Yeah. Also, I have Thieves' Cant prepared for those that are adept at Thieves' Cant, and Barovian numbers if you're trying to hide stuff and be all secretive. I got the Barovian number chart just in case. Goes with the rumor chart.
Sorry, which moon are we in? Are we in like is the summer?
Waning no, it should be.
Okay,
yeah,
so all of these at the top, and then it goes to these guys on the bottom. So next it'll be the summer moon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good time for a wedding, right? I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
We just passed the quarter, and it's waning.
So that is that for that. You should be aware that our understanding of the moon's curses and the many other monstrous conditions said to thrive in these lands is painfully limited. We're on the verge of everything erupting and the moon taking over of the longer days, moon nights, and shorter days, and everything's becoming this way. So we don't know or have too much knowledge of everything else. At this time of the timeline throughout the multiverse, such things were rarely reported. You should be aware that they thrive in these lands painfully limited. Through such things were rarely reported enough to be discussed in fearful theory, not in disciplined study. So you'll be the ones learning here and now. That is changing. You guys will be likely the first Ordo agents and others that are taking on these kinds of monsters to directly observe and document the full breadth of these creatures in the field. We're learning, kind of thing. That means your eyes are now worth as much as your blades, because we need to take notes and we need to get dissecting and learn of these weaknesses. What you witness, what you endure, what you learn about their habits, their, again, weaknesses, their hierarchies, their connection to this land may become the foundation for everything we understand about all these threats going forward. And there'll be lots. We're throwing them at you. Here, you're not simply being sent to... Oh, yeah, that's actually way clear. Being sent to hunt monsters, you were being sent to define them. Take efficient notes. There's some of you that have been hunting some of the pop-ups of the undead in the world, and there's been reports of that, and some of you are pretty gosh darn good at it, hired and such like that. But other stuff we're kind of like learning as we go. So over all of this hangs the matter of Wizard M. All of you have some sort of connection. Some of you already know the name, but it could be under different monikers. In these lands, he's known as Lord Dijkstra, and he's not an isolated operative. He maintained contacts across the Empire, informants, allies, sympathizers, correspondence, even positioned in places both official and obscure. He was a collector of secrets, a mover of pieces. He's the kind of officer whose disappearance is never a singular loss. It's like a network got lost. And when someone like that vanishes, lots of things go dark. Doors close, wardings fail to arrive, entire chains of intelligence can collapse into silence. Finding Wizard M, learning what happened to him, uncovering whether his contacts remain active or compromised or even dead is not just a secondary concern. It's prime for you Ordo agents. It is, again, highest of priorities. If he still lives, he may hold answers we cannot afford to lose. If he's dead, then whatever silenced him deserves your full attention. Again, this is going mostly blind into the domain, and that is precisely why you all were chosen. Some of you were following M's lead, following your last breadcrumb kind of thing, or some of you are waiting for the Ordo's contact. Unless you have a specific knowledge of a monster type, like the undead, treat every monster as something not yet understood. Treat every scrap of testimony as potential valuable. Could be red herrings, could be lies, though. Treat every phase of the moon as a sign worth noting. And above all, do not lose sight of the primary mission within the mission. Find the trail of Wizard M and follow it wherever it leads. In a place like Barovia, knowledge is not a luxury. It is the only thing that may keep you alive. Any questions about Barovia before you guys enter?
Nope.
How large is it compared to a country on Earth for comparison? Just so I can have an idea of the land mass.
We are, well, every map has actually been measured to supposed to be on scale. So I think comparison, it was like Eastern Europe, Czechoslovakia, Transylvania, Romania. But if you go and no snapping on your rule tool on the left, I'll click on this map. I think all of you are up top here. Yeah, you're... So that we're up in this hexagon right now at the city Porta Lucine. So many a mile is our travels across.
Fantastic.
150
And
is a straight.
all of this, all the countries, all the kingdoms are in the same empire, ruled under Strahd.
Yes, so there's a lot of politics going on, but he is gaining more territories the more his vassals go. He's marrying, well, I'll share that in the premise, but one that's supposed to unite the entire kingdom, because Darkon was kind of his competition. It's the biggest, it's the most north, it's a lot of land. He's he's connecting the lands through the wedding, so everything is supposed to fall under his kingdom. That's what he's kind of really good at that right now. But yeah, we're at Porta Lucine is where all our fates are going to converge.
How's the politics in the Queen? Are they loyal to Strahd? Are they one of the more
Demotly? It is loyal to Strahd. They still have the king. You'll see royal host guards everywhere. I'll definitely be explaining that. But all the banners are related to Strahd. Now, whether everybody is loyal to Strahd or there's I will have to figure out. But as is the Lord Governor of this place throws the Strahd banner. Okay. Anything else?
I'm good.
Okay. Well, the city of Porta Lucine. If we're on this, I have left two. Can you guys see these tags?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the M's
Yeah.
note one is the note left to the keep. It was sent to the keep for Ren and Miski would have got the orders from the captain. This is the last encoded note he left. It reads, to the keep. The moon's lady and the valley's devil move in concert. This is no coincidence of omen, but alignment. Observe the full moon closely. Its rise stirs more than tide and beast. Assume no division between chapel, sky, and castle. M. Okay, well, the premise of this campaign is this is Ravenloft before the Age of Legend, before it fell into shadow. We're in the year 351 BC instead of 736. It's when the Conqueror has claimed his throne. Castle Ravenloft stands newly complete. We're seeing the first cracks are beginning to form in the soul of this kingdom. It darkens. But this is Barovia in the shadow of its greatest triumph. The time when the horrors are birthed. This is the moment when history can still be witnessed, challenged, and perhaps even changed. Strahd von Zarovich is betrothed to Tatiana Fedorovna, the daughter of the ruling family of the lands of Darkon. Their wedding is to be an affair of impossible grandeur, held within Castle Ravenloft, and it is slated for just under a year's time. On the night of the harvest moon, nobles, dignitaries, clergy, foreign guests from across the lands will gather to witness the union of the Conqueror of Barovia and the woman who is meant to stand beside him as queen. To the returned kingdom is the celebration of victory, stability, and the birth of a new age. But the Ordo knows better. Something is amiss in the land. Teleportation and communication magics have been cut off. The Ordo's circle network is no longer operating. A squad sole survivor speaks of the rise of the undead in Sithicus. Several more agents stationed within the kingdom of Barovia have gone dark in recent weeks. The reports ceased without explanation, one by one, until only a final message remained. A cryptic warning sent by the wizard M. That message was fragmented, hurried, and deeply alarming. Again, meaning was unclear, but one truth rang through it like a death knell. The devil is in Barovia.
Don't we know it?
I will ask you guys to introduce just yourselves. If you have something to say about yourself, great. If not, you can just pass it along. But we'll do character introductions as we start with some atmosphere. But who are we playing the games with today? Carolina, please introduce yourself.
Well, I will be playing Rose. Rose is a Vistana bard. She unfortunately lost her family some years ago, like 3, 4, 5 years ago. Her memory's a bit blurry on the fact it hurted her a lot. So she doesn't have her Vistani protections that you would expect. And she is in Porto Lucine waiting. She is learning. I may speak a word here and there in Portuguese, so I hope you'll bear with me. I will
Part-
try to add those things because it's easy for me to do.
Yeah,
I never learned Latin, so let's stick to Portuguese.
Part of the character, the words of exorcists. There you go.
Exactly.
With Rose, Vistani protections. Okay, you don't have those. You're looking to get them back. Karen, a brief intro and a brief intro for Jinx.
I'm Karen, and I'll be playing Jinx. Jinx is motivated by vengeance, and she's a little kobold. She's very small, but her anger is very large.
That is true. Well-written backstory again. That is ones I put up in I collect them, and thank you very much. That one, I read it twice immediately, back and forth.
Okay, forgive me. I get a little teary myself when I introduce her. So
it was good. Next we have Jasmine.
Yeah, I am Jasmine, and I'll be playing Miski. And Miski is a barbarian. She's a tall, muscular woman who typically wears a deep purple cloak that's embroidered with silver. Her hood's drawn back, revealing golden hair that's wrapped loosely in a braid that reaches her hips. Her emerald eyes will meet yours briefly, and in tandem with her freckles, they reflect the sun like glitter. In contrast, her skin seems almost silver with a purplish hue. She wears a black tunic that drapes over one shoulder, fastened at her waist, paired with black canvas pants. Her clothes are rather nondescript, except for her cloak. She is typically rather bubbly, but there's a lot of fear that hides behind that. So she tends to be very friendly, but she's an anxious being.
You even went into her physical description. Okay. Yeah. We have, with Miski, the axe itself is like, how tall? 4 feet, 5 feet tall?
Yeah, about that. If it's fully drawn, it's
big.
Would reach her chin almost.
Lean up. It's like
I love big weapons.
Rachel, if I may get you next.
I'm Rachel, and I will be playing Katerina. She is your all-standard gunslinger with the beaten-down trench coat, worn-out jeans, scuffed-up cowboy boots. She's a Demphier, so her skin is a little oddly colored, dark gray and deep dark red eyes. And you can usually tell she's coming by the 2 guns in her hands.
Real Clint Eastwood, right?
Feeling lucky. Ryan, if we may, with Jade.
I am Ryan. I'll be playing Jade, my ranger, monster hunter, just still young, but one of those, still a low adventure, but he's gone through some stuff. He's a 32-year-old human. Gotta represent the straightforward, you know. She loved being normal in a fantasy world. It's actually a lot of fun for me. She's a bit standoffish, a bit hard to get along, but at the end of the day, so dependable. But there's notions, emotions. She knows she's going to go to hell, so she might as well be the best devil that she could be when she gets there.
Join the ranks, kind of thing, right out of the sea of sticks.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I'm not being a slime little demon like that. Screw that. You know, I gotta come out at least a bone devil.
Oh, right on the front line. Okay. Okay, and then next we have alphabetically last as well, I believe, with Ren. Yeah, the W. Sharon, if we may.
Yeah, I'm Sharon. I'll be playing Ren. She's a paladin warlock. She probably should have died many times by now, but instead, Whispering Blade found her, and now she's being called to Brovia. And the blade seems to be hungry to be here. And yeah, I think we'll leave it with that.
We'll see where that goes.
Yeah.
Okay. The second tag we have available to read is that of the city of Port-à-Lucine. At a glance, Port-à-Lucine is a beautiful city. By daylight, it gleams white stone facades, gold-trimmed balconies, manicured promenades, many painted carriages, perfumed nobility, arcane-lit streets polished by rain. Music spills from saloons, taverns, and upper-floor parlors where the windows are always bright and the curtains always drawn just enough to be noticed. Servants here move quickly and quietly, their eyes lowered beneath trays of silver, wine, and carefully prepared smiles. The governor's guards stand at corners in pressed uniforms, watching everything as if an infinite investigation. This was a city built to be admired, a city that knows exactly which face to show. But beneath that opulence and perfume, there's a foundation of illusion. People here wear mended finery, branded with elite tailor names as though not wearing a recognizable designer is impolite. Minor illusions shimmer over cracked walls and threadbare coats. Glamours conceal water stains, hunger, bruises, and empty purses. Conversations are rehearsed before they are even spoken. Smiles arrive too quickly and vanish way too slowly. Every door has a watcher, and every invitation has a price. Every honest thing seems to have been buried beneath paint, powder, music, or coin. Port-à-Lucine is not merely a city of masks. It is a city that punishes those who remove them. And somewhere in this beautiful lie, Lord Morelli Dijkstra, the Wizard MD, Malric Dustbane, or to some of you just M, has left trails, some intentional, some not so much. A phrase whispered through Ordo channels, a ring pulling toward the west, a rosebush planted in the city of lies, a poster for the opera house with a musician named Rose next to the wanted poster of the wizard himself, a contingency signal broadcasting, yet hidden beneath music and candlelight, it goes dark. Or there's a set of names that refuse to stay dead, honest or found, more leads, more monikers. Tonight, each of you is in Port-à-Lucine or arriving upon its western ports for reasons of your own. Some of you are following orders. Some of you are following necessity. Some of you are following a trail. some a lost friend. While some of you were following the only clue you have left to survival. But all roads converge at Porta Lucine. And tonight is Opera Night, a weekly event the city's elite must attend. It is the grandest performance in the city, and the rose awaits at the Opera House. To some of you, I'll go backwards. What is your motivation for coming to Porta Lucine?
My motivation?
Yeah, Ren.
Well, I was sent here to find M, to locate him. But perhaps I am also searching for an answer to why my sword seems to react so strongly in this place.
Yeah. Okay. Anybody? All right. Those eyes. I won't pry.
In due time, Jace. In due time.
Secrets. Secrets.
So, Ren, we start with you then. You hate failure. You hate being named by it even more. Paired up with a rookie, seeking other agents in the land of the lost. Is this what the brass think of you? Search and rescue like an expendable? That's quite the insult. The voyage to Porta Lucine has given you too much time to think. Too much time to brew. Your mood reflects it. That is the true cruelty of the sea. Not the black water moving endlessly beside the hull, not the mist hanging low over the waves like funeral gauze, not the wet cold that creeps beneath the armor, cloak, and skin. It's the silence, the long patient silence between destinations. It's the silence you choose. It's the hours where there is nowhere to go, nothing to kill, no order to execute. No enemy to put between yourself and that memory. You only have the ship, the water, and the past. Every creak of the hull seems to fill the silence you refuse to break. Every groan of timber sounds too much like dying breath from that memory. Every slap of water against the boards becomes another footstep in a corridor you do not want to remember. You've spent most of the voyage above deck, watching in the sea move dark sheets between the moon. The sailors learned quickly not to bother you. A few tried at first, a question here, nervous joke there. But they warned you about the weather and tried to break the ice. You answered with enough sharpness they found other corners of the ship to occupy, quickly. Good, you thought. Silence is easier when people stop pretending they own pieces of you. That brings you to Captain. Captain Vito Guard was direct during the briefing, as he always is. Squad Crimson is reinstated. You and a newly ringed agent with striking silver-purple skin. Looks like a blessed one. It's your mission. Wizard M has gone silent in Barovia. A contingency signal has surfaced in Porta Lucine under the phrase The Singing Rose. You and Miski are to arrive by ship through the city's western ports, locate the source of that dark signal, determine M's fate, and recover whatever intelligence he had been carrying. Simple words for a mission that does not feel simple. Nothing involving M ever does. Then Vinogard mentioned your father in the briefing. He who was. Legendary agent, walker of the negative planes, a man whose reputation enters rooms long before you ever do. It's a name spoken with reverence by people who never had to live beneath it. To them, he's a story, a warning, a myth in Ordo colors. A man who crossed the impossible dark and came back with secrets carved into his soul. To you, he is heavier than that, but that is a tale for another time. You wish Vinogard had left him out of it. You wish you could have kept that secret. You wish he had not said that name with that careful respect, because when they think grief becomes cleaner if handled formally. You wish he had not looked at you afterward, measuring whether the name landed, whether old wound still answered when stuck. It did, but you didn't want it to show. Then he brought up Squad Crimson. Their last mission. You, the only survivor. The words still sit like a blade between your ribs. They always do. That you couldn't help but clench your teeth. The Ordo says them like classification, like utility, like a fact that can be filed. Only survivor, crimson acid, operational loss. To them, you're just a salvageable agent. You've heard enough versions to know what they mean, and they mean everyone else died and you did not. They mean you continued breathing has become a credential, a stain polished into usefulness. They mean people who were once voices, hands, habits, tempers, jokes, curses, and blood-warm bodies are now a single line in your record. Squad Crimson is not a lesson. It's not a credential to you. It's not something to be placed on a briefing table beside maps, names, and mission objectives. They were people. They were your friends. Now they're all gone. That is the part no report knows how to hold. Suddenly, the boat rocks beneath you, and for a moment you are not on the sea. You are back somewhere darker, somewhere full of shattered orders, broken bodies, and the bitter certainty that you've lived past the point where living feels like victory. You remember fragments more than scenes, a hand reaching, a voice cut short, the smell of iron, your own breath coming too fast, the terrible quiet after the screaming stopped. You remember standing alone. No, not standing, floating, surviving. You press your gloved hand against the railing until the wood complains beneath your grip as you're suddenly back on the boat. The pain helps. Small pain is obedient. It stays where you put it. But your new partner, Miski, has been quiet since the briefing. You expected questions from her. Most people cannot tolerate silence for long. They fill it with nervous speculation, false confidence, or the desperate need to be known. Miski does not. She lets quiet sit between you without trying to soften it. That makes it easier to tolerate. It also makes her harder to ignore. Beautiful, too, which you find inconvenient. There's something fierce about her, something newly forged and not yet cooled. She carries herself like someone who survived the breaking and is still deciding what shape to come out. Not fragile, not healed, something else. Sharp at the edges, bright in the wrong light, and dangerous if handled carelessly. You noticed her physique, then immediately wished you had not. There are more important things than noticing the curve of someone's face in lamplight, more important than things fall of a pale hair against a dark cloak, or the way silvered skin catches moonlight like a blade drawn slowly from its sheath. More important things than the fact that her silence does not feel empty. It's a mission. There's M. There's a singing rose. There's an unanswered question why the Ordo is pairing wounded agents together. Perhaps they believe in pain, recognizes pain. Damage makes people useful. Perhaps they believe if one of you breaks, the other will understand the sound. You do not like any of those answers, so you keep your eyes on the mist. You tell yourself you were thinking about the assignment. You review the facts again, because facts are cleaner than memory. M has gone silent, a signal surfaced. The phrase points to Porta Lucine. The city is wealthy, theatrical, politically rotten, and thick with masks even before the masquerade begins. Someone wanted the Ordo to notice. Someone wanted the words found. Or someone wanted the right people lured in. You know enough about traps to respect beautiful bait. The ship cuts onward through the black water. Behind you, the past waits with perfect patience. You're in the harbor, about to dock. Shining through the mist is the city, like a lie beautifully told. And somewhere in that city, Wizard M has either vanished, betrayed you, or left a trail only the desperate would follow. You have no intention of failing twice. So Sharon, this is where I'm going to ask you to give a physical description of Ren, top to bottom. Anybody that's looking upon her, what would they see?
Yeah, so you see a young female Shatterkai standing at the edge of the vessel, cloaked, pulled over, billowing down her back. But beneath the cloak, you would see smooth, dusky gray purple skin, almost shadow-touched. Her hair is an unnatural, vivid pink color, with intricate braids woven along the sides. Her eyes are the most arresting feature. They glow with magenta, with ink tattoos that run from her eyes down to her cheeks, resembling tears of shadow. She wears ornate, dark armor with intricate engravings. The craftsmanship suggests wealth, perhaps the agent of a powerful family. Sheathed at her side, you see the hilt of a sword with intricate engravings of rose bushes. At the end, you would notice a rose-shaped ruby. She stands staring out at Port Luciana. She is plagued with thoughts of the past. She turns to face her companion, immediately brought back into the present and the task that lays before them.
Awesome. Love the art. Thank you. Delete that one. So yeah, you're AC 20 with that nice little and carrying a shield. The paladin brings that, so I'll be just throwing deck saves your way the entire time. That's the rest of you are reasonable. Sharon is not. But yeah, next on our list, I believe right behind dismounting the ship. At the same time, you guys are getting off at the port. We'll move to Porta Lucine. So this is the city where I'm clicking. Is kind of left here by the Opera House. Right off the harbor here, Ren, you're getting off. And beside you is Miski.
Yeah, I would just turn to Miski and do you think he's still alive?
I think he's hard to kill.
You're rather optimistic.
He's got to be around somewhere.
What do you make of this signal, the singing rose?
It feels like an odd one, but it feels like something that's there to lure us in.
Definitely a trap.
Well, if we know it's a trap, we can be ready, right?
I think we should proceed with caution. And she'll just pull her cloak a little more over, shielding kind of her vivid pink hair out of sight.
Okay.
I'll follow your lead.
Pull
And yep, he does the same.
cowl up.
After you.
It would be you two over here. If you see clicking. So, Miski, you were reborn. Not gently, not symbolically, not in any way that felt clean. Rebirth sounds beautiful when priests speak of it. It sounds like sunlight through stained glass, like washed hands, like white cloth and hymns. Some holy promise that pain can be made meaningful if endured correctly. That is not what happened to you. Your rebirth was sweat, blood, bruises, knees torn, hands, rage dragged raw across every test the Ordo placed before you. It was walking before dawn with your body already aching. It was being told to stand when standing felt impossible. It was swallowing pain because no one there cared if you were hurt, only whether you continued. That ritual to become an agent was intense, and the ring on your finger still feels strange around, heavy. It does not sit like jewelry, it sits like a vow, like a brand that agreed to be metal. Sometimes you catch yourself turning it with your thumb, feeling its shape, its weight, its quiet refusal to be ignored. It's a signet should feel like belonging, but it feels heavier than that. It feels like it's being claimed by purpose before you are certain you know how to survive it. The trials were worse than you expected. You failed, often. That was the part you hated most. Not the pain, not the exhaustion, not the humiliation of being thrown down, outpaced, outmaneuvered, corrected, and made to begin again. It was the failure. You nearly quit more than once. There were days when your body gave out before your pride did, days when even pride was not enough. There was days your lungs burned, your hands shook, the axe felt too heavy to lift. Days when the instructors and the optants' voices became nothing but noise and the floor seemed kinder than your feet. There were moments when you thought very quietly, perhaps they were wrong. Perhaps you were not meant to become an agent. Perhaps survival had been mistaken for strength. Perhaps grief had been mistaken for discipline. Perhaps rage had been mistaken for purpose. But every time you came close to stopping, you remembered the slaughter of Rhea's children. You remembered the smallness of them, the helplessness, the silence after. You remembered that the world did not pause for their deaths. No trumpet sounded, no throne cracked, no god tore open the sky to demand justice. Their lives just ended, and the universe continued with obscene indifference. So the rage returned, the rage finished the climb, the rage lifted the axe, the rage made you stand again. The rage completed every obstacle placed before you. It was not peace that carried you through training, it was not duty, at least not yet. It was fury given structure. A blade finally given a handle, and now that the training is over, at least the part done beside safe walls, you are an agent. You understand the distinction now. The keep can wound you, test you, exhaust you, strip you down to bone and rebuild what remains. But it is still protected. It has rules, it has instructors. It has floors that do not move beneath you and enemies who stop when the exercise ends. The world will not be so courteous. Your first detail has been assigned. Captain has sent you to Port Alucine, where a Wizard M has gone silent. The contingency signal, the singing rose. It sounded clean when spoken out loud, but recover what intelligence, rescue, report back if possible. Wait, if possible? Those two words struck in you. If possible, meaning you might not return. You've learned to listen to those little phrases. The Ordo hides entire graveyards inside them. The ship has been quiet for most of the voyage. Too quiet, perhaps you have not minded, but the black water moves endlessly beside the hull. You spend long stretches above deck watching the fog, staring at her. You tell yourself you are focused, prepared, ready, but the truth is harder to hold. This is your first true mission, not a trial, not a lesson, not an instructor's trap, measured danger and a clean stopping point. It is a mission. Somewhere ahead, a man may be dead. Somewhere ahead, that signal may be bait. The Ordo tend to throw you into the field before you know whether the ring on your finger means you belong, and you are not being sent alone. Your new partner is Ren, daughter of he who was. Even you knew that name before the briefing, a legend said to travel the negative planes and return with secrets, names of demon lords. He's a figure spoken in lowered voices by people who do not want their voices for much. Ren carries that legacy like a weight she refuses to adjust. She has said little during the journey. Perhaps she is grieving. Perhaps she is judging. perhaps she is simply the sort of person who learned long ago words come at a price. You've not pried. You know what it is to carry a wound that does not want witnesses. You understand more than you want to. You wonder what she sees when she looks at you. A novice, a liability, perhaps a disaster wrapped in Ordo colors. Perhaps all of it. You tell yourself it does not matter. There are more important things than wondering what your partner thinks of you. There's a city ahead. There's a vanished wizard. There's a signal buried inside a phrase that sounds too delicate to be harmless. A singing rose. Perhaps it's a tavern, a performer, a code, a trap wearing perfume. Port Lucine rises slowly through the mist ahead, its lights appearing one by one like candles. You dismount your ship. When following Ren across the harbor's bridge and into the very west of the city, Jazz, may I get a description, head to toe, everything anyone would see when looking at Miski? I made a joke. Yes.
Sorry, that was really bad timing.
No, it was perfect timing. What are you talking about?
Barbarian birds called safe.
So before you stands a tall, muscular woman. She's carrying a giant silvered axe that comes up to her chin, and she herself is about 5'10", so she's almost about 6 feet tall. She's wrapped in a deep purple cloak that's embroidered with silver trim. Her hood is drawn back, revealing her golden hair that's wrapped loosely in a braid that reaches to her waist. Her emerald eyes meet yours briefly before she looks away. In tandem with her freckles, they reflect the sun like glitter. In contrast, her skin seems almost silver with a purplish hue to it. She wears a black tunic that drapes over one shoulder and fastens about her waist, paired with black canvas pants. Her clothes are rather nondescript except for the cloak. On her finger, you notice the distinct ring embossed with scales that holds her down like a weight.
Very cool. Love that axe. And yeah, that axe. If you're like 6 foot, what? 6'2"?
About 6 feet, yeah.
Yeah. So that axe is definitely 4.5 feet. I like it.
Damn.
Huge. We're gonna delete that. All right, and you two both notice that the opera house leads straight north. Is there anything you needed to do in the city before you get there?
We weren't giving any context to reach out to, just I think we head cautiously and keep our ears and eyes open.
As you're descending the bridge, you're coming up onto a split. It's a triangle of splits. There's one to the right, one to the left, and going straight forward. Again, a bustling city, many markets ahead of you. You see that there seems to be some people heading to the masquerade as they are kind of skipping through the city as the northward. Now, it does get loud and busier down here, but there seems to be a path north right here. Is that one okay to take?
If it seems quieter, I think that's the one we should take.
All right, may I get a D12 from you?
D12.
First roll of the game.
Look at that. I didn't even think of that. 9. She was better, guys.
On a D12, it's not bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
At least it's not a 12.
One and that 20.
A
I know
brief,
it's not possible.
brief waft of something foul strikes both your nostrils at your base perception. It passes like something on the wind, something like a morgue or mortuary, a stunk there. But you'll continue up, and you're coming up on the path to the opera house. So I'll set you guys there, and we'll continue on. So that was our 2 current agents. coming from the ship. They are newly arrived to the city from the keep. So, again, new to the city, not much knowledge of the city except what the Ordos briefed you on. It being very fancy, it being very opulent, many museums, theaters, grand palaces. It's the money station. Next, let's do introduce an agent newly arriving from the Sphalic Road. How about we do Katerina? Sorry?
She might be away. Her screen's
Nope,
black.
I'm here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
my
right,
screen's
that's
not black.
you. Sorry, I was getting you mixed up with Rose. My bad. Sorry.
Katerina.
Yes, that's exactly what I did. Yes.
I'm still here, though. I just.
Yeah, no worries. Okay, next we have Katerina. Katerina, when looking at you, what does everyone see, top to bottom?
You see a dark-skinned, 6-foot-tall woman with curly, dark blonde hair, piercing red eyes, beaten old duster and jeans. She is never anywhere without her gun belts and her 2 pistols. Her boots are worn from years of traveling the roads, searching.
Anything else?
She has a very distinct raven tattoo on her chest.
Oh yeah, now that I'm looking, wasn't before.
Just right for the view.
Yeah. Yeah. So that is Miski. Okay. Or sorry, Katerina. I'll get Katerina and Carolina mixed up. No, we got this.
That's what I did.
Yep.
Discord. Mute that. We'll put that back. Okay, team. We're traveling through. It is Katerina. You followed protocol and came to Porta Lucine. That, at least, was simple. The rest has been a long parade of inconvenience, hunger, bad weather, and the lingering consequences of trusting that bastard who did not bother to leave you any of your drink. Not a single vial. Only a book with that little slip of paper within it. Huh. What did it say?
Oh yeah. 2 sets of eyes hold the garden closed. 1 watcher alone keeps the roses road.
What could that mean? Only a trail. Only some half-clever little treasure hunt dressed up like a contingency plan. Frickin' wizards. You've spent the journey turning that fact over in your mind like a knife between your fingers. Every mile of road, every hour aboard ship, every delayed crossing, every innkeeper's suspicious glance, every sailor's stale breath, every creaking plank beneath your boots. You have more time to think about it. He knew what you needed. He knows what happens when you go too long without it. And still, he left you with nothing but instructions. Perhaps it was necessity. Perhaps that was trust. Perhaps he simply assumed you would survive. Tend to do it yourself. You have before. The trip has not been kind up the Sphalic Road. Long roads emptied your purse faster than expected. You had to work for some more money. Passage into Demont cost more than it should have, too. Toll to get into city? What kind of tax is that? Food was easy enough to ignore until the hunger beneath the hunger started making itself known. Sleep came in fragments, never deep, never clean, always interrupted by the old ache in your jaw and the too loud rhythm of other people's hearts. By the time Porta Lucine rose out of the mist, bright and elegant and smug against the coast, your resources were already running super thin. Coin patience, the syrup. Especially the syrup. You check the vials again before disembarking. 3. Only 3? You had stared at them for longer than necessary, as if counting them a second time might make mercy appear in the glass. It did not. The city did not improve your mood. It feels expensive before you spend a single coin, and that was wearing thin on you. It wears wealth the same way men wear armor, polished, performative, meant to make others feel small. Opulence crowds every street, high windows, lacquered doors, polished carriages, silk gloves, bright lamps, iron balconies. This is just, painted signs. You smell this weird scent everywhere. It's like perfume hangs thick in the air. It's always cloying at you and sweet. It's cherries, roses, almost strong enough to smother the smell of that harbor. Almost. Oh, haunted instruments. Beneath the all, that reeks of the salt water, wet stone, the horse filth. You smell cheap wine, rotting flowers. Since it took a hold of you, your senses have been heightened. It's like everything fills your nostrils, especially human fear, and everyone here was afraid. Everyone wore powder carefully. You've never been here before, but first impressions, you have no desire to stay. And the only hint you have, along with that slip, is the singing rose. Maybe it's a barnacle. Maybe it's a rose bush. Maybe it's nothing. A lot of the time with the wizard, it was nothing. And in a city like this, it could be maybe all of the above. To you, finding a map is paramount. You do not want to span the whole city blind, not when every street seems designed to curl back into itself and every local you pass looks too busy to help or too eager to name a price. Worse, Port Lucine is not the kind of place where strangers are unnoticed. Not truly. Especially dressed like this. Everyone watches everyone here. You feel eyes follow as you move through the wet streets. Maybe suspicion. Maybe they're hungry. It seems like it. You can tell when people are hungry. At first, it is nothing. A small irritation beneath your skin. It's a dryness in the throat. A tightness behind the teeth. It's the itch that's starting. Then it deepens. Your senses sharpen way too much. In all the wrong ways. You can hear a gentleman laughing from yards away. Beneath an awning becomes irritatingly loud. You could hear a woman cutting her finger on a broken parasol rib 300 feet away. Smell it. The sweet scent. Somewhere nearby, you know there's a butcher shop, but that could be within miles. You stop walking, just for a moment. Rain taps against your shoulders. Carriage wheels hiss through the street muck. People continue around you, blind to the little war happening under your skin. You check your vials again. Still 3. Your throat tightens, as the reaction's starting. You feel that familiar need wince beneath the skin, patient and intimate, like it has been traveling beside you the whole time. It's always a reminder that time is not unlimited. You will need lodgings soon, privacy, a locked door, a place where no one asks why your hands shake, why your breathing stills, why you stare too long at the pulse beneath someone's jaw. For now, you keep moving. You force yourself back into motion. Then you see it. On a rain-dark wall, half covered by newer postings, there's a post sign. Theater notices, political cartoons, and a wanted poster for M. You see Malric, but in his earlier years. There you also see layers of peeling glue. There's a poster for the Opera House. West side of the city. Grand performances tonight. Well, that's where wealthy guests are probably expected. And then there's a subliner musician, Rose. For a moment, the noise street dulls. The singing Rose, that's gotta be it. Opera house, Rose singer. Oh, you clever bastard, M. You pull your collar higher against the rain and look west. Toward the glow of the theater district, your purse is light, but your patience is thinner. You need to find Surum. Tomorrow will be the last day, and somewhere in the city, someone knows why you were sent here. You've already let introductions go, and you are making your way north. Opera House is over this way. Which path would you take?
All right, can you ping that again?
Northwest, the very top. That is where you.
Oh, okay. I'm definitely gonna try and take the path least traveled. Do you want me to draw it out?
Yeah, which way you want to go? A bunch of NPCs around, stuff like that.
Or just go the 35?
No, draw which path you take.
And like tuck in and travel as close to like back alleys as possible.
Okay, going that way. Put you over here. As you're passing over here, the scent of fresh rosebush captures your nostrils. You see that there's two statues and a fountain that also has the rosebush motif. But again, you're passing across and coming up here. You're passing some royal hosts, some captain watches. They have the blue and the navy and the maroon of the House von Zarovich. And yeah, over here. Now, when you get to here, may I get a D12 from you, please?
Yeah. $11.
11. Out of the well over here, you hear large rocks scraping against each other and a few splashes underneath. And it's loud enough to kind of shake there where people around are like, "Oh, what was that?" Your passive perception, I believe, was 15. Yep. And from that, a wafting smell hits your nostrils like dead, long overdue, dead body that's been there for way too long hits your nostrils. It passes really quickly though, but and then yeah, you're coming up to the Opera House. Anything else you needed to do before you came there?
Assuming I can't follow the scent, no, that would be it.
Oh, you want to jump down a well? What are you?
No,
to Trevor.
I don't want to jump down a well. Is that where the smell's coming from? Like it wafted up from the well?
That's where you think that sound came from. So yeah. But very, very curious, and yeah, tribute to Trevor. Trevor
Always jumps down the well.
Yeah. I'll switch the token there. What we can do, seeing how it is the 7:37 mark, we'll take our Sirenscape halfway point break, and then we'll come back with the introductions and then see everybody get together in the same spot. But it was a good 7 to the 47. All right.
Okay.
Who's next for describing to the bear?
You are.
Leo.
Okay. I went in alphabetical order for the preparations, but this one is all different preparations. So yeah, you were next. Okay, see you guys right away.
See ya.
Okay.
See ya.
You're back. has muted. That's fine.
Sick joke. Loved it.
Thank you.
Perfect time.
I'm laughing alone. That's so sad.
Guys, pity laugh would be nice.
Yes, thank you.
Any recognition at all. But okay, next. So far, we've tackled Ren, Miski, and Katarina. We are on to the gem, the jade. Okay.
Yes. So, I imagine that a young drunken sailor walking up the street would probably see this fairly nice-looking woman in the sense of proportions of the face, the angular sets, the smallish nose, but leading to a bridge of sharp eyes that deep green, deep jade. She actually shares quite a few characteristics with unknown associate yet as the Miski there. She also too has this very nice golden blonde tied back into a bun, pulled back. Though it is mattered, it is dirty, it is hard to keep clean when there's just the blood just really congeals sometimes. He's enjoying a cigarette as he comes and says, "My, what a beautiful thing to be in such large armor. Are you sure where you're?" And as he says that, he stumbles and falls onto her, dousing a bit of his drink. She catches him and looks to him, and she shoves him back onto the ground, but not before taking his drink with the other hand. Her cigarette, unfortunately, doused. She looks down on the sailor with a certain cold authority, a sense behind the eyes that she can make him disappear and do it completely legally. As when he looks up and the cloak is pulled back, he sees that she is in this scale armor with the same notions and sigils that of a guard of, now I don't know how to pronounce it correctly, but Hillador?
Teufeldorf.
Hilfendorf. Yes. She speaks to him and says, "Hard to watch yourself. Have you arrested for public indecency?" She takes the swig and finishes his drink and tosses it roughly at his feet.
That was a nat 20 on your sleight of hand there, too. Well done.
Oh, thank you. Other than the drops he spilled, got it perfectly. She, behind her, she readjusts her cloak, and with a heft and a bit of a stiff leg, she starts making her way down the street. The silhouette of her is quite ominous, as it looks like she is carrying this awkward hump of wood underneath her cloak. Now, to save the time later, it is that of a crossbow, one with deep meted wood, one of an arbalist to be precise. The size that of a human torso, one that rests on chains and has great strength to wield. Upon the wood, there is emotions, faces, the way the wood warps. She carries a aura of unease around her. People are uncomfortable as they pass around the streets. That of the growing she is a representative of the growing oppression of these lands. As when her scale does show through the cloak, it is almost that of a hidden dragon underneath. She's here, collecting the bounty, Mr. M, or as she knew him, Durek. How do I say his name? Jace.
Dijkstra?
District.
Lord Dijkstra.
District. Because it's different name.
If-
I kind of
If you got his first name, you call him Morelli.
Morelli. That's easier for me. Yes, I would know his first name. As I have spent many years knowing him. Not many years, but enough to have drinks. So when the bounty and the order to track him down came, she was inflicted. Wish it didn't really have to come to this, but she did always kind of wonder what would happen in the fight. Powerful mage. I wonder if he could turn those dancing lights that he showed me into deadly missiles. I wonder if she'd be able to dodge them. Fantasize about the fight a little bit, but maybe he'll come peacefully. Maybe he's not even here. Bit of a fourth lead now? And then I gotta go to a stinking opera house filled with nobles sniffing each other's own asses. I mean, it would be nice if I could get a little buzzed before I go, but oh lordy. I just hope they don't hassle me when I come in. So she'll just review over her papers real fast, saying that she is a agent underneath Tildorf. And so the guards aren't going to confiscate bullshit. But even if this is a total waste, she'll think to herself as she continues, the city isn't so bad. The trip wasn't worthless. Salt water, the sweet salt taffy from the harbor candy shop there is pretty nice. So she'll reach into her bag and go to her stockpile of perhaps a bit too much candy for a grown woman to be consuming, about maybe 3 or 4 gold worth of candy, and she will enjoy a taffy on her way across the city. Thank you very much for putting me on the farthest point on the map. And with that, would you like me to roll a d12?
Yes, please, as I pass this area. Bam.
12. That means I win, right?
Yeah, kinda. You swear you heard whispers of Infernal, a language you've known and studied before, I believe. Yep. It's like it came from the wind of the well. You kind of stop and look over.
Yeah, I would.
Putrid smell is coming from down there. No matter how much perfume is in the air of Porta Lucine, this one strikes the nostrils really badly. May I get a Constitution saving throw?
Yes, you can. Oh, that's not bad. 15.
Yeah, 15 will enough to make you cover and be like, make note of that. You're in your head, just like curious enough. That might need to be brought up with a watch member later. But you have a mission right now.
Actually, I just want to do one thing.
Yeah,
do that.
Most definitely.
Curiosity is just striking me. I'll take my lantern there that may or may not be glowing green.
You turned it on. You come to face it. You would notice that there's the light has shone a neon green.
You know what that means. At least I know what it means in my head as.
Oh, it's within 300.
Yeah, it's within 300. I'll shine it down the well, and if you want me to roll a perception check, I definitely would like to.
Please.
What?
That's good enough.
Oh yeah. Oh no, I'm pretty.
This one, even based off hearing, it sounds like there's shuffling or grinding of stone heading northwest. Northwest, you look, and that's up the hill where the opera house leads.
How far down is the well? And can I make a history check of the of port? How advanced is the sewers? If I take the sewers, would I be able to get to the opera house?
First, I'll do the perception check.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Yeah, no. Perception check as you looked at it. It would need some light sources. It's completely dark down there.
Yeah, the lantern.
from your even when you're shining it down, it drops at least 50 before the light is subsided, so not seeing a bottom. But that's around the 50-60 mark. You're thinking it's further than that. And from your old, I'll do the history check based off sewers.
Yeah. Okay. Because it's piqued my interest. Not the greatest. Well.
Okay. Old cities like this, they do have like sewers were built a long time ago, but some have collapsed in, some have been rebuilt, refunneled. Down in Port Lucie, you're not exactly sure of this city. You're more talking about Teufeldorf in that sense. That's where some gangs hang out and such like that. It's where if you don't want to be seen. But as for traveling right now and how far it is down, not something. It would be something you'd want to find a different entrance to, a safer one.
It also seems like it's too much hassle for the current task at hand, and there's a bit of an assumption that there might be some necrotic energies in the basement there.
No assumption. Your lantern reveals it plainly.
99% assumption. I mean, somebody like there could be some jackass traveling wizard with an undead cat. I mean,
that is true too.
Or the
frickin' wizards.
Or a death knight. Who knows? I mean, but I will make note of that. I could be a little tricky with it. I hear grinding of stone heading towards northeast. Yeah.
Northwest.
I will make notes of several other sewer entrances or wells, and I'll keep my lantern out, making note of when it flickers on or off, and I will make the subconscious, but not too observatory, because I want to make time, right, as I head north.
Yeah, no, it's remaining on, and about every 40 feet, seems you're seeing a manhole covered. Some are graded, letting holes through. Some are marked with the cities, Port Lucie, the star. The lantern is on the entire time.
Might be fun just to go down to the sewers. Save that for after this.
When you get to this triangle, you have a right path or a left path. Northwest is left. You're seeing 2 City Watch on your path right, up against where the market begins.
2 City Watch? Yeah. I see left and right. Well, I want to go to the left. I want to get to the Opera House.
Okay. All right. May I get a D12 from you for this one?
$11. I'm just going to go down the list, top to bottom.
Keeps the light on, and pretty much the entire time when you're coming down this way, you're following the grounding of the path a little bit. But yeah, you're all the way up. And because you did your intro so well, anything else on my intro that I need to bring up? I think you nailed everything.
On your intro, I haven't had a chance to read over the intro, so if you have a little monologue for me.
Yeah, if you want to hit it up, but you did it pretty well here.
Thank you.
I'll start it off with your hunt did carry you through city after city, town after town. You followed the Solid road, always one step behind him. Always close enough to find the smoke, never close enough to catch the fire. He has worn many aliases, forged titles, borrowed names, false deeds, and invented lineages like cloaks changed at the roadside. Every time you thought you had found him, you uncovered another layer of misdirection beneath the last. A rented room under one name, a paid debt under another, a letter of introduction bearing a crest that did not exist, a noble seal copied well enough to fool a clerk, but not well enough to fool you. Not forever. Whoever M truly is, he is a man built up from falsehoods. And yet, irritatingly, those falsehoods always seem to open real doors. That is what gnaws at you. Lies are easy. Any coward with ink and confidence can invent a name. But M's lies have weight. They pass through checkpoints. They get him invited into parlors. They make guards step aside, servants look away, and officials suddenly remember business elsewhere. He does not simply pretend to be connected. He is connected, somehow. You've learned much about him along the way, enough to trace his habits, enough to recognize the shape of his movements, enough to know when a story bears his fingerprints. He favors misdirection over force, charm over confrontation. Preparations nested inside preparations. He never enters a city without an exit, never uses one lie when 3 will do, never leaves evidence unless he wants someone to find it. But you've never found the answer that bothers you most. Where does his coin come from? Seems to be infinite. Is he a gifted thief? Does he have some miraculous well-funded patron? Is he the hidden son of a baron? A distressed courtier? An intelligence asset? A fraud protected by people too powerful to name? Those are all the things you thought him to be. Could be some maddening combination of them all. No estate is real, no titles survive scrutiny, no patron can be confirmed. He moves like a noble, spends like a prince, disappears like a thief, and there's no honest paper behind him. And you've chased men before, a lot of them. Soldiers, deserters, smugglers, murderers, cowards, that list is long. Anybody with blood on their hands that Norraine wanted dead, you made dead. Men who ran because they feared punishment, men who ran because they thought distance could become innocence. But M is different. He does not flee. It looks like he arranges. That makes him more dangerous than most criminals and considerably more annoying than most nobles. This newest phrase, it was like it was left for you. The singing rose. What the fuck could that mean? A tavern perhaps, a performer, coded rendezvous? Knowing M, it's probably a lover. A joke at your expense, maybe? Surely this lead will be the same as all the others. Another moniker, another lie, another impossible trail leading nowhere. Or worse, leading somewhere very specific for reasons you will only understand once the trap is closed in. Ugh. You hate M, but you love him at the same time. You hate the part of you that admires him. You hate the part that frustrates you, annoys you, absolutely. But you have admiration for him. It's irritating. You hate to admit it. But he's the professional. He's the professional's professional. It's appropriate, then, that this rose should be planted in Port of Lucine. From the shore, you can hear the wind sing between the masts and rooftops, carrying music from places way too expensive to enter. And you hear laughter from people who've never feared a winter, honestly. The city rises from a coast in pale stone, bright windows, painted balconies. Everything's theatrical grandeur. Even the fog seems staged here, curling at the base of buildings as though paid to flatter the architecture. Haute FC, as the locals called it. It's like a blade can be beautiful, polished, expensive, but stink at the same time. It's made to draw blood without looking crude. You dislike it immediately. It's not like Tufildar. The streets are too clean where officials walk and too filthy where servants live. Your way outside the walls, watching everybody that was stank poverty, and then coming inside the walls, the complete differences. The carriages shine, but the horses are thin. The noble house glow with lamplight, while beggars outside are moved out of sight, exited before even any entertainment begins in the theaters. Every worker is cleared. You can smell the perfume that hangs over the avenues. Nothing in this city is allowed to be ugly, unless the wealthy have agreed not to look at it. You understand places like this, not because you belong in them, because Norraine Shrek, your lady liege lord, taught you how to survive near them. She had little patience for waste, weakness, or theatrical foolishness, unless it could be made useful. Under her, you learned that power does not always shout. Sometimes it speaks softly from behind a desk, and lets other people ruin themselves trying to guess at what it wants. You learn to read rooms by who is ignored. You learn that servants know more than ministers, clerks kill reputations faster than swords, and every noble house has a back entrance for business too honest to be done in public. Those lessons have carried your father than charm ever could. You farther, not your father. Vader, good charm is unreliable. A loaded arbalest is way better. Still, the search has gone on too long. Norraine grows impatient. So does the royal host. The bounty on M's head was risen twice, and there's still not been a whisper solid enough to close the matter. Twice now, men with polished boots and official voices have asked why the trial remains open. Twice now, some clerk has mistaken delay for incompetence and merely learned a lesson in the difference. If it were only business, you might have walked away. If it were only coin, you would have named a higher price. If it were only a fugitive, you would have given the file to someone else less tired and more easily impressed. But it is personal now. Not because M insulted you, not because he escaped you, because somewhere beneath his little mountain of false names and lies and forged papers, there's truth he does not want found, and you want it. Your newest lead points toward the Opera House, a beautiful fortress of music, status, and tight security. Of course it does. The wealthy love buildings that pretend art is purpose and exclusion, only unfortunate side effect. You study the notice again. Grand performance tonight. Important guests. A rose named among the musicians. Clever. There it is. The singing rose. Maybe. Or maybe another door painted on a wall. Either way, it's the first real lead you've had today. You pull your cloak tighter and turn away from the notice as rain begins to darken the street. The city easier to cross after sunset. There's fewer honest people out. More dishonest people assuming themselves invisible. It's the best cover. Shadows, fewer questions. And you make it to the Opera House.
I will add one more little bit of role play as you were mentioning about his coin and his personality and the connection that me and say his first name again for me. I'll take time for me just to bury it in.
You would know him as Morelli.
Morelli, as me and Morelli shared many drinks. I'll take out my hand crossbow, a little tiny baby compared to the arbalist, but its craftsmanship is something that I've never seen. It's not of this world. It's light bronze with these blue orbs at the tip. This arcane, magical technology. I look at the engravings and the small sigil on the side of it. From what I believe, from what he told me, a Ordo symbol. It's a good gift. Said it would help me work with my people skills. And think about the others that he has given me. Lots of fun nights, lots of drinks, and I grip my left leg. How he helped me when I was hurt. I'm almost going to regret taking him in. I mean, kind of hope that I don't find him, but I'm gonna have to know why this bounty and this message, this devil, all this. Maybe he's there, maybe he's not. We'll have to see. I'll head in.
Sweet. Just to make sure. Alright. Jinx. I'm going to make this token seeable by everybody.
Okay.
Wait here. I'll throw the GM. Strahd has not come to see you. Just letting you know that's not actually Strahd. We're just going to controlled by all.
Anybody could be. That's a really handsome noble over there. His teeth are just so sharp.
Am I
Sorry,
supposed to
Jace,
be able to
the
see?
map is... Yeah, that was what I was going to say.
Oh, I found it. I just had to really scroll out.
Oh, no, I'm... Okay, I
Yeah,
wasn't.
no, I just added sight. Oh, before it would only be Jinxing, but I'm just adding that to so everyone can see Jinx
Mhm.
Oh,
coming across and moving your way through the places you're familiar with. Jinx already hates this city. Jinx has only just arrived, and already the stink of it is everywhere. Not the honest stink of mud, rot, wet fur, blood, smoke, old meat, bad river water. Jinx knows those smells. They make sense. They tell truth. This smell is different. Wrong. Something hidden beneath perfume, powder, and lamp oil, wet stone, and too many clean gloves. A buried foulness, a sweet rot dressed up to pass for beauty. The city smells like a corpse, washed and dressed for dinner. Jinx came a long way to find it. The journey here was not quick. It was not easy. Jinx followed the pull of the ring through the lands that change faces too often and the roads that seemed to go on forever. Sometimes the way was on foot, sometimes beside the trail, keeping low and moving through the bush and ditch water, while the great wood and iron boxes screamed past, pulled by angry beasts. Sometimes hidden in the back of a cart pulled by a large cow. You think it was a cow. Hidden beneath the sacks, crates, or old canvas, breathing swallowly while strangers talked overhead and wheels ratted over broken roads. There were nights with no fire, nights with little food, nights with only the ring and the dark. Jinx made it anyway. The Spalic road carried part of the journey, long, cold, mean. A road that seems to remember every bad thing ever dragged across it. Jinx kept to its edges, to the brush, to the broken margins where smaller things survive. Wagons came and went, soldiers passed, merchants cursed. You saw a few beggars, they didn't make it. Jinx watched them all and let most of them pass. Then came the cities. Lakar, it was called. To you, too many walls, too many people, too many eyes pretending not to see. Then there was Lefkurist. Sharper somehow, busier, a place where the fear and business walked arm in arm. It was, oh, you left there as quick as you could. Jinx did not belong in either, but belonging was never been required for passing through. That is the useful thing about being small, quick, and underestimated. Doors are made for larger folk. Cities are made for louder folk. But cracks, alleys, culverts, wagon beds, shadowed stalls, and spaces beneath things are enough for Jinx. So Jinx passed through, watched, listened, stole what was needed, ate when possible, endured when not. Then came the mountain. It was the worst. They called it Mount Silver. It rose like a spear through the world, and though it felt like less travel and more like trespassing, there were stone paths that wound upward through cold air and knife-thin edges. At one point, the trail passed through a spire of the mountain itself, a narrow way of carved rock and echoing dark, where every sound returned wrong, like Jinx was talking to herself. Wind screamed through the stone teeth to the heights, and the cold bit hard enough to make Jinx's hands ache. There were moments there where the journey felt impossible. Moments when your belly gnawed sharp and mean. Moments when sleep came only in shivers. But the ring kept pulling. West. Always west. And along that long trail, the ring saved Jinx's life more than once. It warned before danger struck, a sudden pull, a heat in the metal, a twitch of knowing just before teeth, knives, claws, or worse found the place Jinx would have been standing. Jinx learned to trust it, not like a person, better than a person. People lie, the ring does not. So Jinx followed it all the way here, and now this city. Sea salt. This painted, perfumed, dishonest place. Jinx can see what others do not. Jinx goes where others do not. The city is decaying from the underside up. The sewers are rank with it. Wizardry has been wrapped around the city to fool the unknowing. Painted faces, painted walls, painted streets. Every beautiful thing has another thing hiding beneath it. On the surface, the city preens. Below, it festers. In the tunnels, the illusions do not hold as well. Something else does. Down there, Jinx saw the truth more clearly. Magic crawling through the stone like worms through a corpse. Seething threads of power coiled around the city in a great invisible nest. They twitched and wound through mortar, slime, and old foundations, feeding somewhere, pulling somewhere, hiding something. The roots wanted attention. Jinx wanted to know where they led. But the ring pulled west. Jinx promised to follow the ring, and that promise matters. More than curiosity, more than fear, maybe even more than sense. So Jinx leaves the worst of the tunnels behind for now. And it's the street. Everyone walks strangely up top. Everyone hides their faces with manners, perfume, masks, powder, practiced smiles. Everyone looks past and what they should see stares only at themselves. That makes hiding easy. No one sees what is beneath them. No one sees what moves quickly. No one sees what does not belong in their world. From time to time, Jinx clenches the ring in a tiny fist and feels the pull again. West. Steady, certain. Jinx does not know that this house will look like. Jinx has learned that opera means theater and singing. A place where people gather to listen and pretend the noise is worth more than rich people clap for it. What sort of place a theater truly is, Jinx still does not know. But the ring knows. The ring has known all along, so west Jinx goes. Into the shining lie of Porta Lucine, where rotten sings behind silk curtains and painted stone. Jinx, when you rise to the streets, not that anyone's looking or can see you, but say they could, what would we see?
Jinx is small. She's smaller than a small human child. To you big, she'd probably reach a knee. She wears worn leather, scraps held together with uneven, frequently reinforced stitches. She carries several small but deadly daggers on her person, including an assassin's concealed blade. They're small because of her size, so she's learned to be precise with her aim. Doesn't matter how small the blade is when an artery is severed. She has a worn backpack that is barely holding together with very meager supplies. She wears an overlarge cloak that covers her head to toe. The hem is ragged and filthy where excess material has been hacked off. It can't disguise all of her tail, which is as long as she is tall. Her blue snout just pokes out of the hood. When her hood is down, she has a reptilian blue scaled face. There are scars. They are precise and thin, clearly made deliberately. Several are centered around her eye ridges like someone was narrowly missing her sapphire blue eyes while creating them. One eye has a small amount of external scar tissue, altering its shape and giving her a bit of a lopsided look. Her teeth are many, very sharp, and pointed. A small crest of darker blue scales appears to extend from the crown of her head to the tip of her tail. She appears to be missing the tip of her tail as it ends abruptly midway through the last scale of the crest. Her 4-digit hands and feet are also reptilian with hard black claws. The scars there appear more accidental, perhaps accumulated from harsh living conditions. The bottoms of her unshod feet are thickened from miles of travel over rough terrain. She moves quickly and furtively, keeping to the edges and shadows. Her eyes dart around, constantly observing her surroundings. Her body is held in tense preparation to attack or run at all times. If one is able to read reptilian body language, she is clearly tired and treading a fine edge. She gives the impression of a feral cat that has never known the safety of a home and has only received abuse from those it has encountered. Her life has been ruled by fight or flight instinct. Freeze only results in death.
Very cool, very cool. As the pings, you've already been down in the sewer, So, no need for the D12 if you've experienced it firsthand. And yeah, that dead body smell, something foul is down below. And you sneak through the cracks of the houses and you get west where the ring has pulled you near the opera house. Anything you needed to stop and do along the way?
Nope.
No?
I want to find out what this is and get out of here as soon as possible.
Excellent. Last but not least.
Hey, look, there's a small child across the road. That's a little bow. How cute.
It is Rose. Yeah, Rose is our next. Okay, Rose. I'm going to sip on this because this one is... I look forward to no more monologues for a few episodes.
So long in the day, yeah.
So, Rose, you followed protocol. You sent the codes by ship. You searched the streets for any of his misnomers or codes. With luck, the seal was broken by the right hands. The message was read by the right eyes, and word of your survival found its way back to the Ordo. Then you waited. You took up residency as a featured musician in Porta Lucine, slipping carefully into social circles, one performance at a time. Private parties, candlelit salons, noble receptions, after-hours gatherings where every smile was practiced and every compliment came dressed as a test. You smiled when expected, played when requested, listened when ignored. Then you waited. It took very little time for the city's elite to accept you. That, more than anything, told you how desperate they were to be truly entertained. Since then, you have been collecting information, carefully, making the city your objective, and serving the mission as best you can until M appears. If M appears. The wanted posters on every herald post now. His face, or some crude approximation of it, watches the streets from damp paper and public boards. Lately, you've begun to wonder whether contact from him or the Ordo will ever come at all. The city's full of pretentious liars, bent on preserving appearances despite the obvious illusions, both magical and verbal. Many frequent your Vardo before the show, eager to be amused, flattered, frightened, or told some beautiful version of themselves. More than once, getting paid has been a hassle. Getting coin from anyone outside the governor's circle has been almost impossible. The signs are everywhere. Once you know how to look, you see the poorly mended clothes hidden beneath glamours, wardrobes repeated too often at supposedly exclusive events, illusion magic laid over almost everything. You've heard the tales of servants going unpaid, nobles smiling too widely, guests laughing too loudly at jokes that are not funny. It's rotting under the perfumed powder and applause. You are not impatient, but contact is long overdue. Tonight is another grand performance at the Opera House. Another crowd, another parade of masks, silk gossip, and false delight. The rain won't deter anyone. They certainly must be seen attending. It's everything to be seen attending. You wait out front as the cards from between your fingers, perhaps hoping someone will come for them. Perhaps hoping someone will come for you. Again, you are not impatient, but a customer is long overdue. And even for them, just to get out of the rain, possibly. As you stretch your fingers through the smooth slice shuffle, the old cards move like memory in your hands. You know every bend, every softened corner, every slight weight of ink and age. You know the particularities of each card well enough that if you wished, you could deal whatever fate you chose. The weaver of fates, the teller of fortunes, the liar who knows when the lie has teeth. But it's been a while since you asked the cards anything honestly. Perhaps tonight you decide. Fate have something in mind for your performance. Perhaps 3 random pulls will break this boredom gnawing at the edge of your patience. So you breathe. You focus. You feel the threads. They appear to you with your eyes shut as shapes on your eyelids. Then you deliver 3 cards to the table. The first card turns beneath your fingers. It is the Raven. Whoa. A hidden source of information. Fortunate turn of events. A secret potential for good. Well, that is positive, you jest. Potential good in any form would be welcome. If only these ever worked for you. You flip the next card. The artifact. The importance of some physical object that must be obtained, protected, or destroyed at all costs. Huh, interesting. My, if only that were true to you. But joking aside, 2 face cards in succession is curious. Too curious to ignore. A third would be an omen. You've never had 3 for yourself. You find yourself leaning closer despite yourself, your boredom thinning into attention. You turn the third card. It's a face card. A third face. Shocks grip you as your brain races, then a flash of horror takes you over as you see the card. The Beast. Great rage or passion, something bestial or malevolent, hiding in plain sight or lurking just below the surface. Well, the moon was full. It was clouded by the rain, yet the cycle holds true. It's waning now, and you've drawn the Beast. Immediately, the familiar tingle at the edge of your senses sharpens into pricks across your skin. The spirits are warning you. Rose, if I may, can I get you to describe what we see when we see Rose by her wagon as we're all walking up to this opera house entrance?
Well, when you see Rose, it's hard not to look at her. She has that sort of confidence that comes with experience. She smiles at whoever looks at her. She seems to draw attention because of her posture and the way she interacts with people, even though they're not necessarily talking. And her thick dark curls, they spill past her waist in those tangled waves. They are threaded with tiny beads, some dull gold charms, and you can even see some hints of deep blue. It could be from some specific beads. You also see a deep crimson flower resting near her temple. It's a bit hidden in the curls, like it has always been there, always belonged there. Her clothes are layered, so she's not simply wearing one thing. Her her skirt has several layers. They seem to be a bit worn down, but they are but you can still see the jeweled tones that are there, and they move softly when she walks. She also has these loose translucent sleeves and a fitted corset. She wears heavy jewelry that clings when she moves, when she walks. She's clearly used to wear them all day, every day, because she doesn't seem bothered by it. When you look into her eyes, you see they are sharp, her blue eyes. But they also seem distant, as if she was never looking exactly at you, but always beyond you, as if she was seeing something that no one else could see. That is Rose.
Very cool. Amazing characters. And
Really cutie.
Does Rose go barefoot?
Oh yeah.
Usually, yes. She has this sort of jewelry on her feet, so she's usually barefoot. But she has shoes for like travels and moments like that. But she's usually barefoot.
okay. Team, as you guys are walking up to the opera house. Movements.
I will get very distracted by the cowboy. the actual just cowgirl just coming into town, and I mean, maybe the first thing I'll notice is the raven tattoo, but that's the only thing I'll notice. But that's pretty distinct.
Only
Also,
if you see her from the front. If you're coming up behind her, all you see is a black trench coat and a pair of scuffed old cowboy boots.
Well, then that'll be my first note when I see her front. That and her big irons.
We will continue as you guys are pulling up to the Opera House. And I know that we started a little bit later. And timing, we're kind of hitting other than that late start. But message me if you guys have any hard endings time-wise. But so far, so good. As your Opera House is up at here. We got everyone good there. Okay. It is at night. Where'd that go? Okay. At night, Porta Lucine wears its finest mask. Rain slicks the avenue in silver and black. Green lanterns glow over puddles. Carriage glass, polished boots, and pale faces shine. The Opera House rises above the crowd in marble, gold, red banners, and some stone muses frozen in perfect grief. A long line spills from the gilded doors. Nobles, there's artists, scholars, anyone looking to social climb. They wait beneath the umbrellas while guards inspect invitations with careful smiles. Vendors sell hot wine in opera glasses and cheap roses painted red. Rose, you were near the front of the fortune-telling Vardo. That's your wagon there. Expected as part of the evening's entertainment. The guards seem tense, their eyes drifting toward the crowd. Jade, you arrive with Sweet Salt Boulevard and catches a sudden foulness in that sea air. Again, it's continued this way. Getting a little bit stronger. Katerina...
I fantasize about the undead coming up running around and just...
No one else seems to react, though, around here. Almost par for the course. Katerina, you spot the mark near a storefront, a rose wrapped around a musical note. You're definitely along the way, and the Opera House seems to be the destination. You're curious to meet this rose. Jinx feels the ring pulling harder. You're making your way, and you see this huge wagon up here with some roses on it and a beautiful girl standing outside. North, forward, it's here. You can feel it. But then you kind of feel it tugging east. And so you set it back away, and Misky and Ren, you arrive from the western ports. Stalt's still on your cloaks because of the rain, and for a moment, you were mixed with the strangers in the crowd. That is when the city exhales. The smell comes first. Not perfume, not rain, not harbor water. Something sour rises from below, sharp and rotten. A manhole rattles, then another, then 6 more. Pale yellow-green gas seeps through the streets, curling around boots and carriage wheels. The crowd breaks south. Someone screams, nobles shove servants, and umbrellas fall. The line becomes a stampede. That's coming from this way. Then the manholes burst open. Iron lids slam aside as things climb out. Not bodies, pieces. They look like hands, forearms, crawling legs, severed arms bound by blackened sinew. Dead fingers skitter over the cobblestones like pale spiders. The gas thickens behind them. The crowd's running behind you guys. It seems like the source is up this way. You see guards start to form a line, and the 6 of you are kind of left near the Opera House in the middle of the open here as crowds are running past you. What do you guys want to do?
First thing first is I'm going to definitely take some joy and glee in my dark fantasy coming true. She's excited for the challenge of it all.
Well, it's so you're running towards.
Oh yeah. I don't give a shit about the nobles, but if they get in my fucking way, I'm just gonna finish this time. But I'll see you some fun. Yeah, I'll have some fun.
Okay, Jade's running past. Anybody else following?
I think the first thing Rose would do is cast a Blade Ward on herself. It's a cantrip. Just a layer of protection. She knows she's not that good at protecting herself. And should probably go to this place here to be like just see what's happening and to protect her only home.
Seems like there's a commotion coming from the front steps of the opera house. That's where the crowd is running from.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually a good idea. It reminded me. I don't know anybody yet, so I'm just going to be my own support. I'll cast protection against good and evil, as I'll take out this like little holy symbol that has this black and voided gem in the middle. Wrap it around my. She carries it kind of like a rosemary. And for those who are in the region, I guess it looks like it's from the Church of Ezra. She'll cast protection against good and evil, giving undead disadvantage against me, and can't be charmed or frightened. And looks like shadows kind of welt around her, whisk around her, almost congeal, conform.
Okay, so I think that would commence for you doing an action. Protection from good and evil is an actual first level, I believe.
Yes, yeah. I get it from my Druid initiation.
Okay. Ren, Miski, Ordo agents.
I think
Miss,
for
you would-
now. Oh, go ahead, Jess.
Oh, I would just look at Ren and I'll follow your lead.
And I was gonna say, I think for now, I would just kind of like slide into the shadows here, and I think I'm just observing.
An Ordo agent observing a crowd running away. Okay.
It all good and bad, you know. I mean, neutral is neutral.
Yeah.
Misky's a little bit confused and also itching to grab her axe, but just waiting to see what Ren does and kind of like eyes on the street, head back and forth, just trying to figure out what's happening.
Katarina?
Yeah, I would come right up. I'd have my guns drawn and at my sides, ready to go.
Alright, Jinx. There is a forest beside you up here, but a crowd seems to be running from here. And all of a sudden, the ring is just rumbling in your pocket. You can feel its tug.
All bushes and stuff to the left.
Yeah, something that you're small enough that even though it's thick.
Yep, she's gonna slip into there and hide.
Okay. Alright, so as you guys, the running ones forward, we got Jade, Rose, and Katarina.
I'm taking note of all these new faces that seem to be appearing and taking action, and I'm assessing right now.
We'll have to turn one of them into sight for all of you, but here we'll do sight for the captain. On details controlled by all players.
If I'm able to, if I recognize one of the nobles, I think I would stop one of them to ask them what is happening.
Okay, yeah, then I'll go back for a sec. So as you see, again, some familiar masks, and one of them stops and it's like, it's a monster! And just keeps running as very little details, but it sounds like some sort of creature has shown its face up at the steps.
Just one or
It said monster. But as a few of you are making your way up to the steps, I will put you in. We got Katarina, Jade, and Rose. What I will do is we are on the first initiative. You guys grab your tokens, so select them with the left click on your tokens, and then roll initiative. Well, you're right behind first, so I will take perception checks. But yes. Misty.
Just so you know, my rolls aren't showing up, so you'll have to watch it.
I saw it. Okay,
Oh.
what was yours?
Sorry, no. It was. Where's my. 14.
14 and 19. You heard the person scream monster.
Okay, well, hearing that, I'd be like, oh, god damn it. Let's go to Misty, and we'll start also heading up that way.
Okay, you want to run behind? Okay. I'll grab you just one sec.
Just trying to keep a low profile.
No, Jinx knows how to keep a low profile.
Yeah.
You guys don't even know she's there yet.
She's watching, just hiding. All right, we're pulling you guys across. Dun, dun, dun.
I rolled in beyond. Does it show in 20 or no?
Oh, since we rolled initiative on the other, it doesn't
It
carry
went
over
away
to this.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't go away for the DM. It goes away for us.
Yeah.
So
Ouch.
Jace is probably seeing her initiative right now.
If you roll it again, you can
Probably.
just edit it.
Okay, well, I rolled
Yeah.
a 9. A little slow.
If you click on it, Jade, it will let you edit the number.
Ren,
Yeah.
do you roll initiative too?
After hearing that it was a monster, I would then, yes.
Yeah,
this
I'll get your initiative
would
as
put
well.
me into action.
So yeah,
Okay.
roll when you can.
I'm just looking for my character. Shit.
Okay, so that was last was 16, and then over here was.
You're missing me at 15.
Okay.
I rolled a 5.
I don't see me on the map.
Yeah, Jinx, I haven't ran you up just yet. Just with some sort.
I am hidden really well. I can't even see myself.
Yeah, no, I have you off the map. Once you jump in, do you want? I'll bring you on the map real quick. Then you can grab your token, roll initiative. You're
Misty, you can add it to your number to go to the. Oh, the 19 was a perception, not initiative. Sorry. Never mind.
Okay, that works out. I see a lot of doubles, but we can work through it in rows. Take that off.
No, you took off the wrong one.
Ugh,
Delete. No, you can delete the one that's in there. I will add my turn. Don't worry.
okay.
Deleted
I
it?
added myself.
Okay.
However, I am also very alert.
I rolled with with advantage, and I still only got a 5. Okay, guys.
How I roll.
Jinx,
Ouch.
bring you off to the park over
I had a
here.
15 for mine, so not too terrible.
So Jinx, if you scroll out a bit, you'll be in the park over here.
Okay, that's where I figured.
Okay, and it is your reaction. Did you saw this monster pick up one of the masquerade nobles that was trying to run away? It just grabbed it by its hips, and then its other hand came up to its kind of haunches, its shoulder, and it just ripped it apart. Blood spread all over, and screams just picked out. As even the guards that are standing there aren't approaching it. They're more like backing away slowly, weapons held. Even they're scared. This thing is about 10, 15 feet tall, and just ginormous mess of seems like body parts mixed together, strung by black magic. What would you like to do?
The ring is pulling me really hard, I assume. Like, this is...
It is like notifying you of the danger and shaking really hard. But yeah, it is pulling you motivation. It seems like it doesn't like undead.
Alright. She's going to... Her cloak's gonna fall back. She's gonna pull a short bow from her back and put an arrow to it. But as she does that, you guys don't see this, but she'll run a thumb along the curve of the bow, drawing a small drop of blood.
Okay. It's about 100 feet away. Do you want to get closer or move anywhere?
Yeah, I'll have to move to 80. That should put me within range.
All right. Blood drawn. That's your little secret, but yeah, blood drawn.
Yeah. I guess it's. Am I hidden? Can I use that or? No?
Yeah, you're coming from cover, so it would be considered hidden
Okay.
from the bush. Yeah.
Okay. Then you have to go back to auctions. What a crappy roll, man.
3s and 4s, even with your advantage there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Guess what? This thing's huge. It's so big that even with your poor looking shot, you see it sail into the meat of the bodies just barely.
Oh, good. Thank goodness. Otherwise, it'd be really anti-dramatic.
You're in a cloak, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I wanted to look over to the small child who with the bow. I was gonna say, you shouldn't be here. You should probably head out with the rest of them.
The question though is can you see, James?
Yeah, no, that
Oh
came.
shit! Sorry.
Yeah.
It's just we're all lined up here.
We're good here.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
just
sorry.
figuring out my new toys and how they work. Sorry about that.
Jinx is actually in the south part of the park. She's not standing beside you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go. Then there's
Oh,
that.
I see. Way down there.
And an extra d6, which I don't know how to roll that. I may have to just do it. Oh, there we go.
So you got your 1d6 up there,
Oh,
plus
nice.
5, and then that is your 1d6 from. What's the
Yeah.
extra 1d6 from? Oh, that's the blood magic.
The bow. The bow, yeah.
Okay, sweet.
So that's 6.
22 total.
22. Oh, I can't add. Yep.
I think that's right. Yeah, piercing 11.
Yep.
Yeah, 22.
And then she will bonus action. What am I allowed to do? Hide.
Soup slips back into the forest. A hide will be a stealth check.
Yep.
Dun dun dun.
Oh, that is downhill. 18.
18, we're putting you up there. Not like anyone's looking, but just in case. Up there goes on to the mess, the gas clouds. Jinx, may I get a perception check from you as your turn ends?
Sure. $18. I like 18. What can I say?
You're scanning around, and in that forest, or bushes around you, you see emitting gas smells coming from a sewer vent over this way. All right. Over here, this thing charges forward, grabbing one of the swarms there. Boom, zombie claw. Grabbing one of the guards, picking him up. It makes 2 attacks. 16 will smack that guard, and 17, it's going to rip it apart. The first one does 16 points of damage, the second one 11. So 2 of these guards get totaled with both shots. One shot from the first one, then he kind of threw the carcass over the next one, knocking them over. They're weak, but 2 of them dealt with. On to Misky.
Misty's gonna try her. So if anyone sees it, she kind of reaches behind her and like pulls out the X blade and tosses that out and grabs it midair. And then just seeing this and seeing it killing people is making her real angry. So Misty's gonna rage. I'd like my inner demons to become my outer demons. And the pigment kind of drains from her skin, and she goes more into the gray and silver, almost like a pale, like translucent. Her hair fades to this silvery white that just stands out against the cloak. And I think I can get to. I don't know how I feel about getting to it, but I'm gonna get to it, and we're gonna unleash my great axe on it. So I'm going right up.
All right, you didn't start your turn there, but you're coming up to it, the deathly stench of it. You don't want to stay there long, but swing away.
Okay.
Jade's mouth will just go open as she sees this big charging woman just the axe in hands going, oh, damn, that's fun.
Chris, do we have any inspo this session, by the way? Sorry.
That's a great question. I was about to ask.
Right?
How about, because you guys put up with my monologues the entire time, we'll give heroic inspiration out, yeah.
Okay, we use my inspo to reroll that.
There we go, because that was a 2. Normally what we do for heroic inspiration at the start of sessions is recap the session before the last session we played, and then I dull that out, but today it was, you guys, your ears must hurt, so there you go, heroic inspiration.
Ouch.
Oh, you rolled a 2 again? Oh!
No.
Can you give inspiration to other people?
Yes, teamwork you can, yeah.
I'll say, you're fucking in there. Get it. I'll give her my inspiration.
There we go. That is marked off. 2 heroics spent already at a 26.
There you
Okay.
go. The city guard psychopath is starting to urge you on.
Some teamwork there. Well played, Ryan. And yeah, that is a connection. So damage on this big beast.
Great. I think I'm also going to expend a challenge of my axe. Just, I'm not taking no risks.
10 on the slash.
Okay, so as Bisky runs up, she's got her axe to come overhead with the slash. And as it hits the creature, sorry, Jace, what were the... Oh, okay.
Oh, I don't know. I wrote that a week ago. I don't ask
No,
me.
that's so fine. Ignore the charge for now. So ignore the 2d6. I'm gonna figure out what creature type for my weapon first, because I didn't do that.
Okay. Oh yeah,
Sorry.
you wouldn't expect this type thing, so yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
So no charge. But yes, you slash
No
down
charge.
arcane magic, axe of Perez. Yeah, that's you don't come with it built in as some of these people do. I get it. But do you how many attacks do you have per turn?
Just the one.
Oh yeah, we're newbies. We're rookies.
Just babies.
Anything bonus?
Speak for yourself. I'm a pony.
My bonus action was the rage at the beginning of my
Boom.
turn.
All right, there we go. We're gonna go over this way. This guy's gonna. He's gonna run there. One of them is gonna charge forward.
Looks like Misky disappeared from the list of
Oh.
turn order.
At the very bottom.
Yeah, all I see is the
Nope.
yellow guy for 18.
Huh. Add. Turn. How about now?
Perfect.
Okay. But
she just
these swarms, these hands, these weird looking dismemberments are running over to the guards. A few of them are just trying to swarm over top of them. And a 23 will crit. Or no, not crit. Very close. 23-19. Those two connect for 14. So one of these just swarms over the guards and start ripping them apart. The second one, just enough, will knock this guy down and unconscious as it's about to smash his head one more time. This one over here runs and leaps onto the guy about to shoot a crossbow and will connect and is able to gnaw and kind of rip this guy's neck apart. The guards are just eating it. And then one guy came up here, this rotten flesh roll, for a 9. Hey, I actually missed one. There we go. This guy, he had too far to run and scramble over, but it's crawling up to that guy. Katerina, it is your go.
Sorry. Have my guns out, so I lift up Sister and go, "It's your turn," and shoot Sister at the creature.
Alright, roll the hits.
Nat 20.
Nice.
Nice.
First connection is nat 20.
Oh, your dice are so cool.
So what we do for crits is you roll double die. Your mods only get added once, but you roll your dice twice. So if you click that, roll damages should work. So there's a d10. Now you got to roll another d10. Oh, so that's a 10 and a 3, so that's minus 13. So it'd be 16. No, the modifiers added on the second one. Yeah, so
Yeah.
1916. Pop! Blood goes squishing out of the back of one of those limb carcasses, whatever that thing is. Anything else on your turn? You good?
Yeah.
Okay, and turn on to Rose. Rose, again, this thing's just ripping guards apart, but a silver purple skinned lady came up with its axe. It seems like some people are attacking it, not just everyone running away. What do you want to do?
Rose seeing the situation and seeing that there are people who are trying to help, she wants to use this opportunity to kind of show off to the nobles, so she won't just stand still and do nothing.
Nice.
First thing she does, that's why I rolled that D6 only for the DM. She pulls her cards and she brings out the fortune teller. And she talks to the card. Nana, please, help that lady. And Misky, you see a sort of ghost, this old lady, but she seems to be well dressed, almost like a Rose. So it depends on what you call well dressed. For me, she's really well dressed. So you see that
nice.
ghost kinda joining you and helping to guide your hand. That means you have advantage on your d20s until my next turn. So get that advantage. And then Rose whispers something low, and that whisper will bother the monster, hopefully. So please, DM, I need a wisdom saving throw as I'm casting this whispers.
You show up.
A 15 is... Yay! He failed. So...
Just barely.
Use that. Barely, but he did.
Yeah.
That will be 17 psychic damage, and he has to run away from me with his reaction. That means he's not being pushed, so Misty, if you want to give an opportunity attack, you are welcome to do so. As he's running from those whispers in his mind that he cannot understand or pinpoint where they're coming from.
All
Who was
right.
it you summoned again from your family? Your aunt or your Nana?
My Nana.
Nana.
My Nana.
All right, so this is the frightened condition, correct?
No, not really. He's not frightened. He just has to run because the spell says so.
Okay. It would let out this mawing sound of weird language and then try running away. Full distance?
Yes, to move as far away from you as it can, using the safest route, so he's not obligated to hurt himself.
No problem. Misky, you have advantage on this swing. And again, any guys, if you look up in your journals, there's a lot of helpful reminders for anything. Red card, torch, AFK, concentration, ritual. If you ever get an advantage or disadvantage, that's there also. You can grab those to remind you. Okay.
Just let me see if I'm able to read that. I'm not. I will copy paste to the fortune teller. You have advantage on any d20 tests you roll until the start of my next turn.
Nice.
So enjoy. And that's all for
Thank
rolls.
you.
That's amazing. All right, Jade. From the line of females looking at this monster, it's starting to run away and make a weird sound. You don't let undead get away. What do you want to do?
Wait, did Misky get
Misky
her
did.
opportunity attack?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Yeah, you get advantage on this.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I
not to
thought I had it.
waylay.
No, I didn't see it.
Well, it's a crit.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
2 crits. That's awesome. Okay. Roll damage.
It's nice.
I am happy.
Well played.
This worked really well.
Yeah, that advantage is awesome. Teamwork smart. So there's the first, now an extra d12. The next one was just a 6 on there, so 19. Oh, this thing is on the bloodied mark now. As it's running away, lots of the bodies are just flailing off of it, coming out like the black magic's dissipating, and just these corpses are falling off of it. I don't know if I showed you guys the image of it. I'll put it up in the chat. But yeah, it's trying to run away. Or, sorry, there's a pin right here. If you guys want to see what this thing looked like, there's the pin. Yeah, so there were some guards fighting it, the masquerades falling away, and look at that big... It's called the zombie clot. As running away, and I gotta give it the bloodied token. There we go, I got that. Thank you. Now, sorry, interrupt Jade. As these patrons are running away from you, you kind of have to like get some aim through the crowd. What do you want to do?
All right. So there's these limbs tearing some jackass apart. These guards, right? How dead are the guards?
The ones with X's have been ripped apart, bloodied, necks torn out. The one with the purple dot is about to get his head smashed, but he's down on the ground prone.
Purple dot. Let's see a purple dot. But these are nobles here. Oh,
Yeah.
over there. He's about to get smashed. He's. There's 2 zombies on him. He's fucking pathetic. These guys don't do shit. Let me check something real fast.
Ren, you are on deck.
When you there. Wait a second. Here. There. Oh, the fucker's dead. I mean, he's just so goddamn beast. Is he even worth saving? I mean, the big guy's almost dead, but that barbarian lady is goddamn princess. I don't really want to steal her glory. Kind of wish he wasn't here. So I can deal with it myself. But well, if I can shoot well enough, then I can shoot well enough. Okay. I'll have to put some effort into it, as annoying as it is, as I have to take the crossbow off my ass. Or I probably would have taken it out leading up to the steps, but big hunk of wood, bringing it out. Bonus action, I'm going to have to save this guy's life, so I'll
Bonus action save
use
life.
the bonus action kill thing. If kill thing no kill the worthless guard. So
It's a fair assessment.
hopefully I can get I don't know how strong these arms are, but I'm gonna just put some iron spikes into them.
So,
like
bi-
the image I had.
The Touch of Malice is coming out?
Oh yeah.
Alright.
I mean, it's gonna be fun. I could just sit back and let the other guys deal with this, but I want to have my own fun. And right now, the hand crossbow isn't exactly the tool needed. Actually, maybe it is. No, these things are tearing that thing apart. But the bow comes out. It's this massive hunk with these 4 large iron spikes that pulls a lever back and they spring into action. These thick steel cables pulling back. As she grips hold, she'll channel some magic from it. Now, for most of you guys, it's pretty cool. I mean, that sense of discomfort is still there. But you see the steel kind of light up in this kind of like light nature, almost fey-like energy. The bow itself turning to the back starts throwing these like black flames, these black shadows, these whirling notions. But for the spirit bard, you'll get this ping in your heart, this notion of just malice, this correlation of negative emotions, of souls, of pain, and it will add 2d8 fire damage to my next attack as I consume one of his charges. Not my next attack, but until the end of my next turn. Then, with some speed, using strength and dexterity, I will activate one of my Monster Hunter features, Dual Shots. It will let me attack twice against 2 targets within 10 feet of each other. Those 2 little freaking undead swarm limbs within 10 feet of each other. I will be able to attack both of them. However, I will be doing so with disadvantage. So we're going to see if I'm good enough. So first roll is 23, and then the second roll is 14. Does a 14 hit one of these swarms?
14 does.
Fantastic. One black iron spike will go straight to the limbs. Massive air pulling inside of it. It's a heavy snap in the air. We'll get to damage on that in a second, but we'll see if before the second bolt even lands, she's already pulling back for another one. This bow takes strength to use. I actually have to have 13 strength just to pull back this thing. So I'm not hitting. I already rolled a 10. That's.
No, that one would go sail.
Oh, I tried. It's dead.
You connected with one of them.
Yeah, I connected with one of them, the closest one. But if I didn't kill both of them, and with one shot, this is good damage. So I rolled 16, but the D roll beyond 20 doesn't factor in the strong draw quality of the bow. So it was, what was it, 16? I said. Is this showing on the roll 20? It is not. I said 16, right? Yeah. There's not a log.
On the thing it says 15. If you go to your
that was the D20.
beyond.
There's the
was
16.
It just took forever.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
It finally showed up.
It needs to take into quality of my strong draw, which adds my strength on top of my dexterity to the attack, so that becomes 19. Then there's fire. Fire.
I can actually, when we do custom items, I can make it so it does add it on. So I'll make note of that.
Okay. 10 damage.
This thing's going
that
to
is
explode.
29 damage as a fiery black steel just tears apart the flesh. I mean,
You said the
deadly.
close one. As it's about to smash the head of this thing, you black bolt just sinks in the middle of it, and it erupts that thing into a fire. 29's enough to kill it. One shot.
If only I was a bit sharp. Oh, dang! If only some inspiration.
Oh. I'm gonna move on. Let's go. Gonna get it. Next was Ren. Hopefully Ren starts before we clue in.
What?
End turn, Jade?
Yeah, oh yeah, I have nothing.
Okay, good. No inspiration spent. We're good. Ren, it is on to you.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to get to her this turn, so I'll start running up, and on my way, I'm going to hex the guy. And I'll do a dex be the thing he'll have a disadvantage on.
This guy?
And then, yeah, big guy.
Okay.
And then I am going to just probably shoot a Eldritch Blast off. And this comes just from my hand, like a pink beam. And I'm gonna run up as much as I can.
I think you have to run up.
Yeah, I have to, but I won't get to him, so that's why I'm just doing a ranged attack for this. So
If only he didn't run away.
yeah, hey, it was worth it for the crit.
I know.
20.
20 connects. We're gonna have to get you guys to be on. I'm looking up and down on the rolls. 6.
Plus a 1d6 for the hex as well. 5.
So 11.
Yeah.
Oh.
And unfortunately, with the new warlock, you only get 1 beam.
Yeah, well, until. But from that smash, more bodies get pulverized off of it. This thing's really, really hurt, more than weakened. The crowd's still running away from the horror of the guards getting ripped apart. Jinx, it is your go.
Sorry,
Sorry.
Ren, what did you use again?
I hexed him, and I gave him disadvantage on all dex checks.
Yeah, but what did you hit him with? Sorry.
Oh, Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast. Thank you.
This
It's
guy
a cantrip.
running away. This thing's gonna take a reaction. Sorry, before you go, Jinx. I apologize. There is a reaction.
Okay.
Oh, poor Noble. One of them right in front of you, Jade, as you unleash the Arbalest, this swarm of little hands just grabs this thing and starts clawing and gouges this guy's eyes out and kind of fills his mouth. He's died right in front of you.
Do I really care? I mean, find something.
All right, Jinx from the shadows of your 18. You're still hidden. What do you want to do?
Shooting at that one since it's in range.
Okay. You saw it rip the Noble apart, and it becomes vulnerable for your aim. You have advantage at this shot coming out of hiding.
Yep. Good thing.
24. Body down. Roll damages.
There's that. And then there is... Deck.
Just as a little note, I'm gonna have to turn off my camera and then I will charge my phone. But seeing
That's 16 piercing.
16 piercing. More than bloody, but it's still scrambling away, clawing at the heels of Jade.
And I will re-hide.
Okay, do you want to
say Jade?
Yeah, that creature's right at your feet. Roll for your stealth if you want to re-roll, or keep the 18. 17 it is. You're seeing these other brave creatures help and attack as well, as the ring is sensitive in your pocket. That is all the stuff up here. All right. Since this thing is now seeing that there's 2 more threats up this side, it's going to run this way and rip into them. Well, actually, I'll make a wisdom save before I do that. Nah, this is going to do it. Yeah, up there. So rotten flesh rips. Slam. 13's actually going to just miss the guard as it fails, but the second slam comes in and flattens him.
I almost believe these guys were confident for a second.
1 miss, but then flattens him. And then, yeah, it will stay that way. I need to roll a d6. Perfect. I'll mark that. Miski, it is your go.
Is the biggest guy still the biggest threat?
There's little guys. There's a little bloodied creature up this way, but the biggest guy is obviously the biggest for threat.
Barbarian, you get this little fucker right here on my legs? I mean, I don't like that.
I'm trying to figure out if I can get 2 of them. So with my rage, I have an extra 10 feet movement.
Yep.
So we're gonna take our full 50 to get right back up to him.
You have 50 feet of movement? Yours.
I have 40 feet of movement base, but rage gives me an extra 10.
Nice.
You get the 40 from being like a blessed person? I don't know what your race is. Blessed.
I can't remember. I have to look it up.
We just call it blessed one.
She's blue. That's all I see. She's blue.
Purple.
Oh,
Thought
purple,
it's
purple.
sizing too.
I'm colorblind. I mean, is it blue? Is it purple?
So, are you swinging away?
Yeah, I am.
All right, this thing's close to collapsing into a mound of other bodies.
I have advantage thanks to Rose, so I'm gonna roll this one tight.
Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, look at that! I got another crit.
Nice. Oh, so worth it. Keep it coming.
Oh, thank
Nana's magic.
you, stranger.
Yeah, I guess you guys haven't even met characters.
No.
14? Well, you're starting to recognize some semblance in training here. But 14 on the first, and then you got an extra just die.
One on the extra.
One, so 15 on the crit, though. Oof. This thing's starting to split into more of these things. It's on its legs now. It's falling apart, but there's little of these creatures coming off of it and scrambling away. Anything else on your turn?
I can flee and hit one of the small creatures for my weapon mastery.
Is that how that works? Yeah, they would be coming out at the same time.
So this is that's the wording if you need it.
If you hit a creature with an attack roll, you make a melee attack roll for greater second. Yeah, for sure.
Fabulous. Okay, then I'm gonna go for one of the smaller creatures that's falling off of it. For a 21 to hit.
That connects.
You still have advantage if you want a crit fish.
Oh, I do. Thank you.
No way.
Crit.
Almost.
Close enough.
So close.
Crits with 19s would be disgusting. Slashing on 18. Oh, that thing's more than bloodied from there. One hit. There we go. Anything else on your turn?
Am I noticing that every time this thing takes damage, creatures come off of it?
Not every time. Definitely not. It was just this time.
Yeah.
And it itself is just, it's like 3 of these things put together that's left. That's it. And speaking of which, it's starting to run. So if you want an opportunity attack, this thing's
Oh my god!
this thing's running away. This small thing.
The barbarian's target, you just are like spinning in a circle, like.
Barbarian be barbarian.
I love them.
Yeah.
14 will connect, and you just slice that thing in half. Okay. Big. It's this thing. This thing's gonna come up from behind and try and attack you, though. For a 9 and a 10. Oh, that's horrible.
I will miss.
Over here, this thing's gonna go after a guard. For a 13, which will miss. And this bloodied one's clawing at the feet of Jade. For a 20.
Yeah? Oh no, disadvantage. I'm protected.
Oh yeah, it is undead. For a 20.
Yeah.
Connects for, this is the, or 5 if the swarm is bloody. The swarm is bloody, but it's, so only one of those. I'll take the first one of that. 1 plus 2, so only 3 points of necrotic damage.
Yeah. Oh, necrotic damage. Okay, well then, I'll use my reaction, and with the symbol that I have in my hand, like spellcasting, I'll have the gem inside take some of that necrotic damage away from me. I'll roll a d4.
Cool. Interesting. That's this gem flashes to life and absorbs some. The thing is, you grab the poison condition until the end of its next turn.
Okay, that's fine, but
All that damage
all the
gone.
damage.
Tell you what, since all the damage is gone, there's no way you can take the poison condition.
Hell yeah. Thanks, Percy.
Katerina, your go.
Yeah, I'm a bit. And say to brother, it's your turn now. And shoot brother at the monster.
Alright.
With so many one-liners out of John, not me.
I'm gonna use my inspiration to reroll that now one.
Okay.
That shoots Misty in the back.
That's not
It
bad.
should. Unless you have +1 on dexterity, there should be a +2. I think your proficiency is not adding to this attack. Because you're
It's,
only rolling
+3.
+3.
That's all I have is a +3 to hit.
Oh,
Really?
you don't have proficiency?
Yeah, I do, but it doesn't.
Oh yeah, you should be getting a +6 to hit right now.
Oh, it only comes up as a +3 on my sheet.
You have 16 dex.
Maybe because it's homebrewed, it didn't register it properly as the same
Yeah.
weapon, maybe?
Maybe. My dex is only 15 though, not 16.
Oh yeah, no, I was looking at someone else's sheet. So it should be a +4 on yours. So just a +1 to that.
Oh, okay. So 12.
12 just hits.
Perfect.
11 would just miss.
Would be 10.
Alright, how do you want to do this? Our first kill of the campaign.
Oh, brother just glows. The smoke leaves the barrel as the bullet flies across, piercing the creature right through its face, exploding the body parts everywhere.
Okay, I need a Constitution save from Miski.
Mikey.
Oh, look at you, hot on the die. Nothing's good. As it does, it let out this vapor, almost like a gassy fart that comes exploding from its being. I do need a con from the guard, which I'll roll. And it is a poisonous cloud that's released from this thing. Almost like the magic itself was made from the smell. Con. Alright, so this guard will topple. There you go. Alright, that was Katerina. Rose from the side. You have concentration up?
Blade Wall.
Yep, there you go.
Nice.
Anybody else have any concentration up? You can grab a symbol up top here in the journals.
I don't know if
I
we
don't
still
think
have-
I'll be able. Yeah, I'm not able to move it though.
I was
Nope.
just gonna say that. I wasn't able to move mine either.
Okay.
Well,
I
we
can
could just
put it
keep
on,
track.
but it doesn't let me interact with it
Yeah.
after.
Should be everybody's journal. I'll fix that. Okay.
Rose then, seeing how it worked the first time, I rolled another d6 on the jam layer. That was a 4, so the effect was different this time. She pulls another card. This time she pulls the ghost. It will appear as a woman, not as old as the other one. It looks almost like a little bit older copy of Rose. It will be her mother. She will Rose will point at Jade thinking Jade might need some help with that one that's like annoying her. So Jade, you can teleport. You can use a reaction to teleport 30 feet if you want. Like you have to do this now, but yeah. If you want to teleport 30 feet, you're welcome to do so.
She'll whistle at the bar, giving a little bit of a raising eyebrow, a little nod, a little thank you. But she's good.
Okay. In that case, then Rose will just use her Stereowisp cantrip, and then she will throw it at that guy. No, not the one too close to Jade. This one here, who has only the guard dealing with it.
Yep.
I see 80 feet, pretty sure my cantrip. No, it's 60 feet. Okay, I'll move forward.
That guard is dead or still alive, right?
Yeah, he's still alive. That's why I'm moving.
Oh, he's still alive.
1, 2, 3, 4. I think.
No, I swung and missed even with advantage with this guy.
Okay, let me move a little bit further because I don't want to get too close of that thing. So I will use Stereowisp on that guy over here.
Okay.
I don't have advantage. I have nothing. I am dealing with myself. Okay.
22s connect.
For only 2 radiant damage.
Okay.
So Rose pulls the first card. Jade thanks her, but doesn't use it. It's okay. And then she grabs another card, and from that card it goes a beam of light towards that creature. And that's what we got.
Okay, hold it up. Jade, after having this thing claw at your feet, here we go.
Yeah.
And yeah, just stragglers left. These things aren't the most constitute.
I didn't realize that guy was still alive. I thought he was dead. Do you think I can still use that teleport?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. This guy in the purple is still alive, but unconscious on the ground.
Well, I can teleport there, as I just move my concentration there. I'll teleport there. She was a little confident, she was a little cocky, she was going to have some fun. Just carrying heart to her own hands. But there is somebody to save, might as well, right? Alright, we'll do a little focus here. Hopefully you have some. So I'll shoot him. I have no disadvantage because you guys are far apart. So the same thing will happen again, but instead of black kind of flame, the bow will actually glow mostly white, mostly at the steel white tips. We'll use another bonus action and use another charge. That is going to be 19 to hit.
19 does on, again, little guy, I presume.
Yeah, right in front of the guard. 15 plus 3, that is 18. And then my thing is still on fire as it's till the end of my next turn. I'm an idiot. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that.
The end of your next turn?
Yes. Bonus action, light your flame. Your attack deals 2d8 at the end of your next turn. And then I'm using another charge to activate another effect. Now we could. I was 18, so that is 24 damage.
20.
Oh yeah, no, I specified my role is DPS and then support on the side. As I do the support, this is going to be my lovely, lovely support. The bow, I just imagine just fucking pinning this thing, just a big mass just spike into the ground. But instead of a black bolt, or actually it's on fire, so it's this white bolt in light, and it's on black fire. Pins this thing to the ground. The bolt evaporates. The light moves towards the fallen soldier, and I'm just going to see real fast if I have any bonuses. +1 proficiency bonuses, +2. So, roll 2d8. Now, it's only 1d8, but I have a nice little feat that lets me, whenever I heal somebody, roll an extra dice and discard the lowest, so he heals for 9 HP.
9 HP.
And I'll give him a disgusted look. I think it's so goddamn pointless having to spend my resources just so we can breathe another day.
Okay.
Okay, sorry. Are you using 2 feats together?
No, I'm using my feature from crossbow, which lets me spend a bonus action to heal a creature within a certain feat. And 1 feat allows me, whenever I heal a creature, discard the lowest dice and roll twice.
Yeah. Okay, just I missed part of that. It's sleepy time.
Take the utilize action and spend the use of a healer's kit. Lets you heal a creature. What's your feat that gives you the heal?
It is loading. It's like a triage. It's from Grim Hollow. That's a species.
It's the physician, isn't it?
No, a triage expert. Taking the or whenever you cause a creature to regain hit points using magic for the blood and bone benefit, you can roll 1 extra die and discard the lowest die. And then I can use a healer's kit to have the creature spend a hit die.
So that's only when using HP using magic. Oh yeah, that would count as magic. Would count.
That though, the blood and bone part, that's a full action.
Yeah, he was just using the bedside manner part.
Yeah.
Which is this one.
Yeah, no, I have the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I took the same.
Handy. Because 9 points gets him back up. And yeah, that one was wearing the cloak and so he looks like leadership, so you just saved over there. So very cool. Jay, anything else on your turn?
Yeah, I'll give him a pitiful look.
Okay.
Dude, come on.
Ren, your go. I'll throw him back in initiative now.
I am going.
No! Send him home. Send him home.
I'm going to run to this guy by Misky. And as I'm running up, I'm like, nice work, Misky. And then I'm gonna slice this guy. And just because I want to have some fun, I'm gonna smite him.
Okay. Well, before you even hit, you might want to, yeah.
Let's see if that happens first.
Smite the ground.
Yeah.
By my holy god!
Smite Misky.
Oh, right there. Okay, perfect. A 15.
15 connects.
Oh, thank God. And here's the first roll. And here is the smite.
Ooh, double it.
I rolled a 1.
Six-
A 1 and a 3.
16 almost puts it away. This thing's more than bloody. Just last little limbs crawling away. I'll put it in the prone position too. It's nothing. Very close.
I think I should have gotten advantage because I think we're technically flanking him, but
No, nice try.
You still have your inspiration.
only if I could reroll the damage would I use that.
Yeah, no. Well, actually, you're allowed to. Any
Yep,
roll
that's
with
why I
her
suggested
inspiration. So Sharon, you can if you want to just roll the damage.
It's almost the end of the night.
It is the end of the night. There's
It's the end of the night.
Jinx is
I-
gonna come in here.
I rolled it. I don't know if it's any better. It was a 7 and a 2.
Oh yeah, that's much better.
That's much
Okay,
better.
there you go.
That's enough. Thank you.
Yeah. I had fun too.
That was 5 points away. This thing's trying to get away. These two that have killed the crowd. It looks like they're trying to scramble away. More on instinct. Jinx, it is your go. And you are muted, just in case you're
Yep.
trying.
Yep, I noticed that time. Well, she's not gonna be happy about it, but she's gonna dash with bonus action. She kind of looks at Jade and the guard. Like, ew. And she's gonna target that one.
Okay, that was your bonus action to dash. You got a shot from there.
Yep. Just.
I missed why are you attacking about?
No. She's attacking
No.
this. She picked the.
Oh, I'm gonna miss probably.
No. 13's enough with these things.
Plus 8 is pretty damn good. Okay. No sneak attack this time, though. I believe. So it's just gonna
no,
be straight
yeah.
up.
No sneak.
But still not bad.
11. That makes it bloodied. One shot. Nice.
And she's just gonna kind of shrink into her cloak that she can hide up there in the open.
Okay,
To
poison.
hide in the mass of dead bodies from the body.
I actually think that these are like posts on the staircase and they're made of stone. And Jinx is small, so you could probably try to hide behind like the railing on the stairs.
Used a bonus action to dash. So,
I can't hide though.
Oh, right,
Um,
right.
I had to get close enough. This
with
would be
that
wish we could do it long
3d6. Misky, may I get a Constitution save, please?
Another one. Oh, that was not as good.
No. With this cloud kind of like swirled
Can
and
I give you my inspiration that I haven't used?
yes, you may.
Okay, thank you.
It's not a bad DC. DC 13. Ah!
Oh well.
13 points of poison damage is inhaled from that. And you're taking the poison condition till the end of its next turn, but it's gone now, so poison condition's gone.
Immediately gone.
But
Poison. Sorry, what? It's already gone.
13
So,
points of damage.
it-
That's all you're taking.
13 points of poison damage.
Okay. I was just seeing if I had resistance, but no.
Oh, I see.
Did
One swarm crawls up the steps and tries to smack at Jade for a 15, which will miss, I'm pretty sure.
Again.
sorry, did that Constitution take up Misky's whole turn?
That was just it was its turn, not my turn. Oh,
Yeah.
I know, but
Yeah.
then Jace like skipped it your whole turn and went to
No,
the creature.
that was a reaction to its go. If Misky would be at the 17, it still gets its turns to go. Only this one's went. So yeah, I skipped to Misky. It's your go. This thing
Oh.
up here gets to run away every turn for 10 feet.
I'm gonna go for that guy because I'm assuming that Jade's got this one. Like I'll look behind and like, yeah, she's got it. And then
I look more annoyed than got it.
this one and go after it with my axe.
It's more than bloodied. Needs Spark Messier. 26 damage. 4. Come on, double digits.
18.
There we go. Cleaved in half. This body's leaking everywhere. Another puff of that kind of poisonous cloud smoke evaporates in the air. It's not big enough. But you see, the same magic was holding all of these creatures together. Anything else on your turn?
I haven't taken damage. Am I still? Oh no, I have taken damage. Never mind. I'm still raging. We're good.
Nice.
I think he attacks to you. But yeah, if you're good, that's Katarina. There's one thing clawing left. The rest of the guards, there's one guard alive. The rest of the patrons have all run away.
I will aim sister at it.
No, I'll put my hand up to my neck like, do not shoot a gun right at my feet, please.
Yep. And then I shoot
Yes.
sister.
That one, let's go.
I got 11.
+1 though, isn't it?
Yeah, sorry. 12.
12's all you needed to hit. AC 12 on these creatures. Roll damages, and all you need is double digits. We got this. There you go.
11.
Pop! Another squirt of blood as this sack of body just fell down to the ground. We are taking out of turn order. As we sit here, a group of heroes have taken out these undead monsters. Now, thank you to the D&D team. These monsters are brand new from their recent stream of Ravenloft. The creatures with it, so I'm assuming they're coming in the new books. But yeah, they were called a swarm of zombie limbs, and
Limbs?
swarm of zombie limbs, yeah, and a zombie clot. But yeah, undead dealt with. Team. There's a couple inhales after the exhaust or the energy expended. What do you guys want to do?
Obviously,
I think immediately seeing the situation to calm people down, like, and kind of at the same time, kind of shows those who are running that things are over. I think Rose would put her cards away and bring out her lyre, and she would start singing something like a calming tune, but also she would use, I think with prestidigitation I'm able to do it, she would use it to like amplify her voice and kind of show, not exactly the whole city, because that would be a lot, but those who are in the area that are still running, that things have calmed down.
Can we do a performance from you?
Sure. And since I'm a bard and I have instrument of illusions, in an aura of 15 feet around me, some illusions will pop up while I'm singing to kind of give more to this theme.
19.
That will be a 19.
All right, so immediately after the combat, it was more of a juxtaposition to the dead bodies around. There is the musician, beautiful song of sorrow and kind of bringing notice of the respect of the scene as this crime scene is developed. Anybody else? Quick reactions as we close out the night?
Yeah, I would pick up my shell casings from the ground, and then if I can, I'd like to collect a small vial of blood that's seeping out of the creature.
Do you want to do that just out in the open? You're going to go grab?
Yeah.
Okay. So these things, carcasses, you're starting to know they have like a sappy, waxy exterior, almost like the bodies have been through some sort of procedure. And as for blood, it's old, putrid, almost like it needed an oil change long ago, sludge blood. No need for the harvester kit there.
No.
Okay.
I have some extra vials, so I figure I just kind of...
Alright, Jade, what would you close the night with?
I'll stroll over to that guard, and I'll look him in the eyes and say, I think you should say thank you. Drink. I'll put my hand out for his coin purse.
He's like, "Vraiment merci," but he's kind of aghast looking at his guards, his buddies, his drinking companions. All his squad just got ripped apart. So he's kind of in shock, but he does introduce himself as he's Captain Dumais, and that he owes you his life. Please, I must invite you. You must come to the marshal's house. Explain what happened.
That doesn't sound like a thank you. And I hold out my hand for coin.
Yeah, not like royal house pay or certain jobs or anything like that. He looks at you absentmindedly. He's like, "No, you're witness. You must testify. Testimony." And he kind of gives you the motion like you're gonna write a statement.
Yeah, I'll write a statement. It's part of a job.
Okay.
Like you. Can I roll an intimidation? Because I want effort. I want a reward for putting in effort in saving this jackass.
Who's saying there won't be? But right now, he doesn't look like coin is going to be paid out.
Does he? Do I see a coin purse on his belt?
I'd do perception check. I don't see it, so.
Oh wait, no. Oh wait, actually, as I do, I'll use my cantrip Hunter's Sense, and I'll sharpen my eyes. And when on the Hunter's Sense, anything below a 10 becomes a 10. So it becomes 13.
Not visibly where it's something that would be jingling or anything like that, but he does have several pouches.
March.
Okay, Jinx, you're running up beside. You're kind of behind a ledge over here. What would you be doing?
She would wrap herself up in her cloak and she'd try to slip back behind the statue,
Okay.
where she could watch what's happening without being exposed.
Misky?
So, probably first order of business would be checking to see if anybody else is still breathing and if there's anybody to save. And if not, then I'd use a charge of my my medikit.
Okay, so you're just gonna patch yourself up a little bit, roll a hit die.
Yeah.
Okay. And I think the only one left was Ren. Anybody else? I think it was Ren.
Yeah, I would just start walking over this way, and I'm kind of just nodding to anyone who took part in the fight. But as I stop at these bodies, I definitely slow my pace, and I look sullenly. Too many lives lost again, and I'm definitely
A little bit sad. There's lots of dead bodies.
and
and
lost in my thoughts. This is definitely bringing something back for me.
Yeah, a slaughter? Oh shit.
Yeah.
Sorry. Good point to bring up a red card. If ever there's something that's triggering to you guys, in your journals up there, you can just throw the red card. It lights up the entire screen. Not saying that was it, but yeah.
Yeah, I was like, to be clear, to Red, not to Sharon.
Yeah,
Sharon's
yeah,
not.
But any triggers, you guys can throw that up. But yeah, no, thank you, team. That was our first session. This Wave by Stream.
Bye.
Bye.